let go, but the community rallied around him, much like happened to your friend Jack McCurry, and he got his job back, and here he is, 11-1 in the WPIAL championship game.
That's exactly what happened, you know, and bottom line, I think the people in the community of West Mifflin figured that even though they weren't going undefeated or winning 7 or 8 games a season, he was a good man doing great things for their kids, and he was building a program that they were satisfied with, and they didn't like the way he was dismissed, and that community did rally to his behalf, and he was reinstated as the head football coach, and a couple years later, he's got him in a championship game for the first time since 1963.
Well, we've already crowned 2 championships. In single A, Rochester defeated Monaca 13-6. The third year in a row that Monaca has come to the championship game and been defeated, and in the double A championship game, it was Aliquippa defeating Waynesburg 14-6. So congratulations to the Quips, who also won the AA basketball championship, the WPIAL, last spring.
And look for them to make a good run at winning the state championship in football and back to the WPIAL finals, maybe even the state title in basketball.
Back deep for West Mifflin, Brandon Nathan is number 20. And also back there is Lee Peter Savage, number 10, to the near side. Now, we saw the kicking games in both the first 2 games, Don, play a significant role in terms of extra points, field goals, and kickoffs. One advantage that West Allegheny may have is that Derek Javarone, number 8, has got a tremendously strong leg. He's a junior. He's got 7 field goals this year. Kicked last year. It's his 2nd straight year, and he can really kick the ball. You don't often see that at the high school level.
And that's a major weapon, you know, especially in close football games. This isn't the first time the West Allegheny's had a great kicker. I coached the Big 33 a couple of years ago, and the West Allegheny kicker was our kicker at the Big 33.
Well, West Allegheny now in its third championship game in the last 4 years. They won it in 1997. They won it in 1999, beating Bell Vernon last year 37-12. The very same team they were able to defeat in the semifinals this year, 24-7. And we are set to begin. West Allegheny to kick off. There's a boot.
It's in the end zone.
In the end zone. And it comes out to the 20-yard line as Nathan went back to get it, but not in time. And that's a pretty strong kick for a high school player. We should mention that what wind there is swirling around Three Rivers. It appears to be fairly calm based on the streamers on the goalposts. It's whipping around upstairs around the 6th level, but that should not affect the play.
Well, as you pointed out, Stan, you know, that kicking game is so important. And now here you go. You got West Mifflin starting from their own 20-yard line. No chance of a return.
Corey Desmond, number 4, is the quarterback. The fullback is Mark Bonacci. Lee Peter Savage is the tailback. Motion near side with Brian Burke. Desmond on the keeper. He's got the corner to the 25, cuts inside to the 28, and out to the 29-yard line. That'll be a gain of 9 for Corey Desmond. Deontay Henry, the starting corner, number 4, made the tackle. And here's the starting offense. There's the backfield. Desvonik, the tight end, Bodnar, and Sean Miggs, who's a big play threat at wideout. And there is the front 5. They are big and they are strong, and they have led an outstanding ground game, as I mentioned earlier. Peter Savage, 1,400 yards. Desmond will take off with the football, as you saw. He was averaging 3.5 yards per carry. He gets 9 on that, 2nd down and 1. Burke, the leading receiver, number 19, in motion. This is the fullback, Bonacci, who should have the first down across the 30 near the 31-yard line. Inside linebacker, Kellen Campbell, number 33. The senior linebacker makes the stop. And here is the starting lineup defensively for the Indians of West Allegheny. Hobbs Tresilla, who has a torn ACL, playing on it nonetheless, and Ryan Mixter at right defensive end. The linebackers, Laser, Fitzgerald, Craig, we have already introduced you to Kellen Campbell. And here, the 4 deep, and you see Tyler Palco. Number 3 is in there at free safety. Joe Slappy, number 7 on the corner, also with great speed. First down and 10. Peter Savage, you have to carry the ball. Here's the pass. It is tipped and almost intercepted.
That would have been a big break for West Allegheny if they were able to come up with that one. I mean, somebody got in there and put their hand up, and the ball didn't go anywhere but up in the air, almost picked off by West A.
Dave Hawkins came in and almost got his hand on it. There's the pass and the pass rush. And the linebacker, Mike Craig, number 2, got his hand on it. Last week against Bell Vernon, he had 2 sacks and an interception. The inside linebacker, Mike Craig, he's a junior, 5'10", 190 pounds. This is a very active and quick defense, Don.
He got up in the air, and he got his hand up high, and he got his hand on the ball.
2nd down and 10. Peter Savage on the counter. Breaks 1 tackle, gets a yard out to the 32-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Palco, first man in, along with Ryan Mixter, defensive end number 54, a senior at 5'11", 200 pounds. Keep something in mind. That powerful Bell Vernon running game led by Nick Kalsovic last week was held to 57 yards rushing. A remarkable total against a team that runs the ball as well as Bell Vernon does.
That's the thing about West A. They play great defense, and all these teams that have made to the championship have all played great defense all year long.
And they had 4 sacks last week against Bell Vernon. 3rd down and 9 from the 32. Desmond looking, slant pass caught, and good for a 1st down. The pass completed to the tight end, Mike Pachura. And that'll be good for a 1st down. Mike Disvonik made the catch, the tight end, 85, not 86.
He is 6'3", he's 200 pounds, and he is a senior, and he made a great reception on that ball coming across the middle.
Disvonik, his 7th catch of the year. The backup tight end is Mike Pachura. He's number 86, and last week he caught 2 passes, 2 key passes. They were his first receptions of the entire year.
So far here, Stan, I like the way West Mifflin is mixing up their plays.
Peter Savage with just 1 carry. It is 1st and 10. Here's the stretch play. Peter Savage cuts inside. Good cut to the 50 and into West Allegheny territory at the 48. That's a gain of 7. Chris Leonard, number 10, made the tackle, but not before Peter Savage, the senior running back, picks up 7.
That stretch play is designed to go outside the tight end or back inside, depending on what opens up. He saw the opening inside. He found the seam. He took it up the field. He got good yardage, about 7 yards.
The kid who made the tackle, Chris Leonard, is an interesting story, number 10. He hurt his knee in preseason, did not play all year long until last week, and he had a big game. 2nd down and 3, perhaps a down to play with. Inside handoff to the fullback, and Bonacci with great yardage. Then King on the tailback. Bonacci picks up yardage, 7 yards to the 43-yard line, and that'll be good for another West Mifflin 1st down.
They're moving this ball well behind this West Mifflin offensive line. You know, Sith Drop at center is only 5'11", 187 rather, but he really blocks well. Tony Mullins is 210 at right guard, and Lario's 250 pounds at tackle. They're doing a good job blocking, and so is the tight end, Mike Dvorsnik.
And you're looking at the head coach, Ray Brazo. Indication of how well coached they are, Don. Last week against Thomas Jefferson, West Mifflin was not penalized once. And that's remarkable.
That is remarkable.
In any game, let alone a championship game.
Absolutely.
1st and 10. Ryan Burke, number 19, in motion near side.
Bootleg.
Desmond in trouble. Breaks 1 tackle, but he not able to break 2 or 3 more. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. Trisilla and Craig make the tackle.
On that bootleg, Stan, you know, you've got to, when you make the fake and you boot, I mean, you've got to pull up and you've got to find somebody open right now. Otherwise, it breaks down, which what happened there. There was nobody open downfield. They were all covered by the West Allegheny defense.
Desmond this year has completed 45% of his passes for 8 touchdowns. Facing a passing down now on 2nd down and 10. Just underway, 1st quarter, no score. 1st possession of the game. Desmond beats a tackle in the backfield. Keeps, does a good job to get inside the 40 and down to the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Technically, Stan, that was the option off to the right-hand side, but you know what? Desmond had no desire to pitch that ball. I mean, it was keep all the way as far as he was concerned, and he got some good yardage on the play. Kid's quick.
Well, West Allegheny got good penetration in the backfield, which forced him to go a bit wider perhaps than he wanted to. LaRon Harvey, number 8 in the ball game for the Titans. Last week against Bell Vernon, West Allegheny had 7 tackles in the backfield for losses.
They play great defense.
3rd down and 5, 4-down territory most likely. Peter Savage off right tackle, got the 1st down and more. Peter Savage inside the 30 and down to the 26-yard line.
That was a counter. They faked to the fullback and gave off to the tailback, and there was a big hole there.
Henry made the tackle, number 4. He's a sophomore, 5'10", 175 pounds. Good cross blocking on the play.
It's the counter trey. 72 gets a great trap. The tackle leads up, and there's a big hole there for them. I tell you what, if they've scripted this first series of offense, they've done a great job of scripting it.
The offensive line, Jason Laro, number 70. Luke Lapine, number 72. Seth Gropp, number 52. Tony Mullen, 78. And Frank Eisenberg, number 75.
And these guys aren't that big. I mean, 260, 220, 205.
The fullback, Bonacci, gets a yard to the 25 on the dive. 2nd down and 9.
They do a little bit of everything. They're giving the ball to the fullback up the middle. They're running the counter trey. They're running the option. They're running the bootleg. I mean, they've got a lot of diversity in this offense. And right now we've got a 2nd and 8. And as we said, West Mifflin plays outstanding defense. I mean, they're only averaging you can only score 8 points a game on them over the course of the season. They've given up 103 points, I think, in the first 12 games.
You know, they've already eaten up over 6 minutes of the first quarter. 11 plays, 56 yards. 2nd down and 9 through 25. Desmond, pitch back to Peter Savage, looking for a block to get the corner. Cannot get there. The guy who made the play right there is Trisilla, number 79. He forced him back inside, and the inside linebackers were able to come in and make the tackle.
Number 79, Trisilla, is 6'2". He's 290 pounds. He's been a starter for the last 3 years for West Allegheny. A lot of people think this kid could be a Division I lineman. And as you said earlier, Stan, this kid has played hurt for a long time. I mean, early in the season, before the actual season even started, he had a torn cartilage and a torn ligament, and they didn't think he would play. But Freddie Fu fixed him up and said, hey, we'll get you a brace, see if you can endure the pain.
He'll probably undergo surgery after the season is over. 3rd down and 10. Desmond looks, throws, man open in the corner. It is Bodnar. Incomplete. He had it, and it would have been a 1st down and goal. Not able to hang on. And that will bring up 4th down and 10. Make it the tight end Disbonic out there. He had him.
I don't know if the defender got a hand on that ball or not. Let's take a look. No, the ball was there. He just lost it. He couldn't hold on to it. That's a shame.
Henry got his hands on Mike Disbonic's arm. And it'll be 4th down and just about 10 from just outside the 25-yard line.
Too long for a field goal attempt, that's for sure.
Brian Burke, number 19, is the field goal kicker. He's an interesting story. He's their leading receiver. He's number 19, flanked out. This is Peter Savage. Halfback pass. He's throwing for Burke. Incomplete. Couldn't hit him. Henry on the coverage. Did a good job. The halfback pass, I wanted to mention that Peter Savage will throw. He threw twice last week against Thomas Jefferson, completed 1, but the drive ends the 25-yard line. We are scoreless. 4:52 to play in the first quarter of the WPIAL AAA championship game.
You call the competition and you ask them, say, excuse me, this $40 tire, what are all the add-ons going to be? Because my friends at the tire factory, Flynn ZW Tire Company, tell me their price is a total price, and you don't give me that over the phone. I need a total price so I can really do comparative shopping. They can't give you the entire price over the phone. It's like pulling teeth. Let me give you the total entire price. Not like our competition.
So, you want to join the Don Allen Used Car Super Center?
Yes, sir.
At the Don Allen Used Super Center, we check them better with a 100-point quality check. We back them better with a money-back guarantee. And we price them better. The big Don Allen Used Car Super Center.
Check it out!
West Mifflin marches 14 plays for 55 yards, eating up 7:08 of the first period, but they come away. That do anything psychologically to a team, Don?
Well, you know what, Stan? At least it established on their part the fact that they can move the football against West Allegheny. Now, the fact they didn't come up with points, that's a downer, but they know they can move the ball.
Single setback is Jamie Fitzgerald. This is Slappy in motion. Fitzgerald, hole up the middle, 35, 40. Across the 40 and out to the 42-yard line. A 17-yard gain for Jamie Fitzgerald. McElhenney and Bracco make the tackle. Let's take out the offensive lineup. Kellen Campbell, the running back, along with Jamie Fitzgerald. Laser is the fullback. Manny Rojas, the tight end. The wideouts, Joe Slappy, and Chris Leonard, the quarterback, Tyler Palco. And there's your offensive line. There's Trisilla playing one of the tackles. 1st and 10. This time in a I formation. They give us to Campbell, but he lost his footing, and he will lose a yard back to the 41. Let's take a look at that West Mifflin defense. Held Thomas Jefferson just a touchdown. Mullins, Lepi, Laro, and Jose across the front. DeJunis, he's their leading tackler. Harlacher, Bonacci, and there are your defensive backs. Last week, DeJunis had 11 tackles against Thomas Jefferson. West Allegheny pretty much splits the playing time at tailback between Kellen Campbell, number 33, and Jamie Fitzgerald, number 13. They face a 2nd down and 11 out of a pro set. Palco, the delay handoff. Fitzgerald breaking tackles, gets out to midfield and slightly into West Mifflin territory, bring up 3rd down and 2. Let's toss down to our friend Billy Osborne on the sideline. Bill?
Thanks, Dan. You know, I talked to Coach Palco from West Allegheny before the ball game. He said a couple of the keys he felt, obviously turnovers. Another key he felt was special teams. They have to win the battle of field position. But an interesting point he made, he said the tackling from West Allegheny is going to be a key because of West Mifflin's speed, especially here on the turf. Stan?
Thanks, Bill. Of course, many of you know that Bill is the color commentator on the Pitt Football Radio Network. And it's my friend, Mr. Bill Hillgrove. 3rd down and 2. Palco, inside handoff, and short of the 1st down.
West Allegheny is really mixing it up. They come out with a 1-back set, then they've got a strong set with a slot, and then they come out 2 tight ends with a wing. But I don't think that, here this was tough sledding inside. I don't think he got the 1st down. He's real short.
He did not. Matt DeJunis, we mentioned earlier, the senior linebacker, 6'2", 205, makes the tackle. And so, after the 1 first down, a 17-yard gain, it is 4th down and 2. So, West Allegheny will be forced to punt.
Palco does the punting.
Yes, he does. It's all in the family. Peter Savage.
Oh, it's a fake.
It's a fake. Palco looking to keep, and he is near the 1st down.
That's going to be close.
I
don't think he made it.
I think he's a yard short.
I don't think he made it. What a gutsy call, though.
I think he's going to be a bit short.
Oh, he's definitely short. He's short about it. He's a good foot and a half, 2 feet.
Boy, outstanding.
Number 44 made a great play there.
That's Mark A. Bonacci. There are 2 Mark Bonaccis. Mark E. Bonacci is the fullback. Mark A. Bonacci is the linebacker. And it was Mark A. Bonacci, number 44, who sniffed it out and came up and stopped Palco, who goes about 6'3", 215 pounds.
There's a mark in a mat? Is that what you said? There's a mark in it? Oh, there's 2
Both marks.
They can't be brothers. Nobody would do that to them. Nobody would do that.
All George Foreman's sons are named George. I mean, there's some...
Okay.
I'm going to guess they're cousins.
Somebody says they are brothers.
They are brothers?
Yeah, it looks like a practical joke they played on it.
At least they could have spelled it M-A-R-K or M-A-R-C.
Mark and Mark. Just imagine if you have a good-looking girlfriend who said, hey, this is Mark Bonacci calling. And she wants a teleprompter to see who's on the other end of the line.
Well, you saw the measurement, and they indeed were short. So a gutsy call by Bob Palco does not work out, and now West Mifflin drove the ball earlier. Great field position in midfield. This is Peter Savage. Nice look.
I like the way he runs. I mean, he's got quick feet. He can stop, and he takes the back up inside. He's a tough kid. That's why he's gained all those yards this year.
He gains 3 there. Makes it 2nd and 7. Trisilla and Leonard make the tackle.
This is their version of the stretch. And he takes it up inside for good yardage.
2nd down and 7. No score. 1:55 to play in the 1st quarter. Peter Savage, averaging 7 yards per carry on the season. He's got 19 touchdowns. Goes in motion on 2nd and 7. Straight drop. Looking, throwing deep down the field. Good coverage by West Allegheny. Coverage on the play by Frank Torbert and Chris Leonard. The pass is incomplete. Good coverage all the way. And Leonard, again, an interesting story. Hurt his knee in preseason practice. He's a senior leader on this club. Got hurt, did not play in a ball game until last week in the playoffs. He generally starts at wide receiver. I think they're only playing him one way, Don, because it's tough to get back in shape when you've had a knee injury.
Well, what a great opportunity for him. I mean, I'm sure he's very grateful that he plays for West Allegheny, and they're so good that they play for a long time.
Timeout is called on 3rd down and 7. West Mifflin North and West Mifflin South merged way back when. The last appearance by a West Mifflin team, and that was West Mifflin North, came back in 1963, as Don told you. And they won that ball game, beating Butler and Terry Hanratty. By the way, the winner of this ball game looks like they're going to play Wilmington. Wilmington was winning their game in the PIAA championships, handling 28-0 at the half, so that's who the winner's going to get. Last year, West Allegheny beat Bell Vernon and went on, but lost to Strathaven in the state playoffs.
In the finals. Yeah. And going back to that West Mifflin North game against Butler in 1963, Stan, we talked about Terry Hanratty being the quarterbacker. Guess who the linebackers were for Butler? The Saul brothers.
Really, Rich Saul?
Yeah, the Saul brothers, both of which played big-time major college football and in the NFL.
We do have a final in that game. We'll give it to you in a minute after this play. 3rd down and 7, just outside the 48-yard line. Wing as Burke goes in motion. He's their leading receiver. Desmond throws sideline, got Burke, and he's got a 1st down inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. Brian Burke is an interesting story. He is their leading receiver. And last week against Thomas Jefferson, he fractured a finger. If you look closely at his left hand, you see that it's all wrapped. And you wondered how effective he was going to be trying to catch a football, literally, Don.
Well, I would say based on what I just saw, he's going to be pretty effective. And I'm really impressed with Corey Desmond, how quick his feet are when he goes back and sets up, and he throws a good ball.
That's a big 3rd down completion. 1st down and 10 at the 38-yard line. Reverse. Here's the counterplay with Burke, and West Allegheny has seen that one before on film. Coming into the game, Burke had rushed 19 times, about 2 times per game on wing-back counters, things such as that. But obviously, West Allegheny saw that one on film coming in.
Stan, you talked about how quick West Mifflin is, but you know, West Allegheny's pretty quick in their own right. And when you're running the ball against them, East and West, you better really have some good faking going on, because if you don't, they're going to swarm to the ball. East and West is not a good idea against those people.
West Allegheny held Bell Vernon to 7 points last week, and the Leopards were averaging 40 points per game. 2nd down and 12.
It's a boot.
The throw by Desmond, too tall, incomplete, intended for the tight end, Desvonic. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 12 to go. Mike Desvonic, the senior tight end, came into the ball game with 6 catches on the season, averaging over 25 yards per catch.
Hey, Stan, that Bell Vernon team that West Allegheny beat last week, that team was loaded. I mean, for the last 2 years, I think they've got 4 Division I players on that football team at Bell Vernon. And I know those guys are sick, but they haven't been able to get by West Allegheny for the last 2 seasons.
Desmond now 2 for 6, faces a 3rd down and 12. Half roll, looking, throwing deep downfield, well overthrown. Henry back there. Talco was back there. Again, the pass intended for the tight end, this time Mike Pachura, and that'll bring up 4th down and 12, and an opportunity for Brian Burke, who's their punter, to pin West Allegheny deep in their own territory.
Well, they haven't been able to capitalize on the long ball. You know, they've done better when they throw it underneath and they throw it short. But look, hey, Stan, we've got 35 seconds left in this 1st quarter. This thing's going pretty quick as well.
Yeah, it is. They haven't been able to capitalize on good field position either.
No, then both teams have had it.
So the fake punt by West Allegheny that failed does not hurt them yet. Here's Burke's kick. Looking to dump it down deep. It's taken at the 9-yard line. Talco gets out to the 15-yard line. And so West Allegheny will take over 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Back to the sideline, and Bill Osborne. Billy.
Thanks, Dan. You mentioned Burke, his ability to play wide receiver. He's running great routes down here, and he just punted the football. And I talked to Coach Brazo before the game, and he said because of that injury last week, he will only play wide receiver and punt. He will not play defense. Stan?
He's a good athlete, Brian Burke. 6'1", 195. He's a senior. He's also their place kicker. Just, I assume he carries the film projector.
He does it all. He's like Tyler Telco, West Allegheny. He does it all.
1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Pitch back to Fitzgerald, who gets across the 20 and out to the 22-yard line in what should be the last play of the first quarter. And again, West Allegheny pretty much splits the carries between Fitzgerald and Campbell. Coming into the game, Campbell had 157 carries, Fitzgerald 154. We have reached the end of the first quarter of play, and we are where we began. No score. This ball game is tied 0-0 for the AAA championship of the WPIAL between West Mifflin and West Allegheny.
Hi, my name is Joe Androstic, sales manager at Sandal Motors, Route 30 East in Greensburg. For years, we've been telling you if you buy a Buick or Oldsmobile someplace else, you'll pay more money. Well, the same holds true as it has in the past. We sell Buicks and Oldsmobiles at the lowest bottom line prices you'll find anywhere. So there's no reason to wait for year-end clearance sales, factory promotions. Your best deal, excellent customer service can only be found right here at Sandal Motors. So remember, if you buy a Buick or Oldsmobile someplace else, you'll pay more money.
The U.S. Department of Energy is predicting that this could be the most expensive winter for heating bills in 15 years. Hi, I'm Ron Orty from Traco. We understand how skyrocketing fuel costs can impact you, especially when you have old drafty windows in your home. That's why Traco has designed the Protection Plus window system, the window that protects you from the high cost of fuel bills. It's not too late to fight back. Call your local Traco dealer now and learn more about this exciting energy-saving offer.
Your business can look better and run much more smoothly than it does right now. How? Because there's a better way to buy office furniture. We've opened a state-of-the-art showroom called Workplace Furnishings by Mount Lebanon Office Equipment, featuring the absolute best values in office furniture from Hahn and other fine brands at our famous low discount prices. Come in, look around, and get some ideas. Our interior design professionals will be glad to do a 3D drawing of your office space. It's new, it's exciting, it's Workplace Furnishings by Mount Lebanon Office Equipment, Banksville Road.
Hey, Keith, you're gonna show bloopers? 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 You gonna show bloopers?
No.
The Keith Olbermann Evening News, Sundays at 10 on Fox Sports Net.
Sports Beat has the Steelers covered.
Oh, goodness!
Monday, a complete recap of the game. And Tuesday, we break down Bill Cowher's press conference. Sports Beat, weeknights on Fox Sports Net, presented by Verizon.
Welcome back to Three Rivers Stadium. We are scoreless. West Allegheny with the football. Second down and 4. Just outside the 20. This is West A's second possession of the ball game. Fitzgerald, nothing doing. No gain.
Both of these teams, Dan, play 4 fronts. In other words, nobody's over the center.
Well, you can see that West Mifflin moved the ball but did not score. West Allegheny had 1 first down before they were forced to punt. Most of the possession time obviously going to West Mifflin. You just kind of wait for that one big offensive play or that one turnover or that one kick return that changes field position and changes the complexion of the game.
You've got 2 really good defensive teams here. Both of these teams have only given up 8 points a game.
Third down and 4. Offset pro set backfield. Palco has yet to throw a pass today. Short drop. Tyler rushed. He's hit, and he flings it at the last minute. He's going to get an intentional grounding call. Steve Jose had a hold of him, the senior defensive end, 6'3", 190, and Palco will lose penalty yardage. It would have been 4th down anyway.
There it is right there. Jose puts a lot of pressure on him, and he manages to pull him down too, and Palco thinks he can get rid of it, but this isn't the NFL, is it?
Nobody open. You could see from the end zone camera there were no one there.
No, in the NFL, if you're in the grip, you could do that, right?
Now the tackle box, yep. So the penalty will go against West Allegheny. It's accompanied by a loss of down, which means that West A will be in a punting situation.
And that West Mifflin is going to be in a good field position.
Should be. By the way, we do have a final on that game. Wilmington defeated Bradford today, 35-0. Wilmington.
Some grounding. Offense. 5 yards. Loss of down. 4th down.
There's the call. Wilmington will play the winner of this game in the next round of the PIAAs. I wanted to say first round, but the WPIAL teams aren't involved until next week.
And as was pointed out to us in the press box here, Stan, Wilmington is a AA school playing up in the AAA.
Desmond and Peter Savage are back deep. to accept the punt from Tyler Palco. Kick is short. West Mifflin will get away from it. Should, anyway. But again, the wind, what wind there is, blowing against him. But that punt is only going for about 22 yards.
He didn't get it, Stan.
No.
It went off the side of his foot.
Well, we talked about a kicking play, changing the field position, although it's been pretty much in West Mifflin's favor, and it pretty much stems from two things, Don, the opening drive and the fake punt that was a failed attempt.
Right. And right now, West Mifflin's got the best field position they've had, taking the first snap from scrimmage on a first down play. They're at the 37-yard line. Let's see what they can do with this.
West Mifflin's had the better of it thus far. Remember, West Mifflin lost to West Allegheny regular season 31-7. Fullback Bonacci runs hard. He does, runs tough. Gets down to the 34, maybe the 33-yard line. Give him 4, second and 6.
I think what they ought to do here, Stan, is West Mifflin, the way I've watched them here, they move the ball real good inside the tackles. And once in a while when that quarterback takes that option where he actually keeps the ball, they're good. And if they throw, they should throw short and underneath. I think they'll have a lot more success than going for the bomb, which they did a couple times the last time they had the ball.
Well, they have to throw. Again, Burke is their leading receiver, but they've gone to the tight end, Vizvonic and Pachura on a number of occasions. Desmond is 2 for 7 passing yards. Second down and 6. Peter Savage on the counter. He's got the corner. 25, 20, 15. Peter Savage still on his feet. He's down to the 12-yard line.
He runs excitingly, doesn't he? I mean, he runs hard. This kid wants it. He's hungry. We've got somebody down for West Mifflin here as an injured player on the field.
Lee Peter Savage averaging 7 yards per carry.
This is the counter trade, too. You get a good trap out of the guard. The tackle number 7, he leads up through the hole. There's daylight there, and look at him grind those feet. I mean, he gets extra yards on his own effort.
Jason Laro, number 70, leading the way. He's a junior, 6'4", 250 pounds. And that is Mike Pachura, the tight end, number 86, junior tight end, who is injured on the play. They're patting his stomach, maybe. Now they're looking at his leg, I'm afraid.
Let's hope it's a cramp and not a knee.
Yeah. Well, he was patting his stomach initially. I thought he got the wind knocked out of him. Anybody who's ever played ball and had that, boy, you think it's the end of the world. It sure
you
feels
really
that
do.
way.
It's like, call the doctor.
Well, they've done exactly that. In case you've joined us late, the single A championship game went to Rochester over Monaca 13-6, and the double A championship goes to Aliquippa. They defeated Waynesburg 14-6. That is the 11th WPIAL championship for Aliquippa. You, sir, had something to do with more than a third of those.
Well, I was lucky to win 4 of them there. But I mean, you talk about great programs in the history of the WPIAL, and you got to talk about Aliquippa. I mean, this is Mike Smianic's first WPIAL championship, and congratulations to him and his staff and his players. And Rochester and Monaca, I mean, there's 2 Beaver County schools that go after each other on an annual basis, and they seem to go after each other in 3 Rivers as well, so they play twice a year.
They're a great rival. Well, Pachura seemed to be okay. We'll hope that's the case. As we resume, it is 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. West Mifflin's deepest penetration thus far. The keeper, Desmond, cuts inside. Desmond to the 5, inside the 5 and down near the 3-yard line. A gain of nearly 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1, 3 from a touchdown.
That starts out like the option every time, Stan, but he's not going to pitch the ball. He comes down, he fakes to the fullback, and then he just takes it. You know, he's running that ball all the way. There is no pitch at all on his mind with regard to that particular play. He does a great job. He takes it down inside the 5.
Desmond rushed for nearly 300 yards this season, averaging 3.5 per carry, and he will take it, as you've seen thus far tonight. It is 2nd down and 1 for a first down, 3 for a touchdown. Clock turning, 9 minutes to play in the 2nd quarter. Peter Savage,
counter trade, he's going in.
Got a block, touchdown, West Mifflin.
They ran the counter trade from left to right this time. He had run it right to left when he got the big gain of the first time. And once again, he's got a good block out of his left guard and his left tackle. The guard trapped, the tackle let up through the hole.
Luke Lippi, number 72, through the trap block. 75, Frank Eisenberg there as well. There you see Frank Eisenberg. Good job of lead blocking. And here comes Brian Burke to attempt the extra point.
Now this is going to be a big boost of confidence for West Mifflin, because this will be as many points as they scored total in the last meeting.
Burke's kick is up and good. 35 extra points on the season. There is a flag down on the play, however.
If it's against West Allegheny, there might be something to think about.
Defense. Repeat the try.
Now, do you want to keep the point, or do you want to go for 2?
No, I keep the point.
I agree with
I'll take
you.
7-0. I'm surprised.
Absolutely.
I'll take the point and assess it on the kickoff. And I would imagine that Ray Brazo would want to keep that point.
I'd want to keep it, I promise you that. Once I got it, I'm not giving it back.
I'm surprised there's any discussion here. By the way, that was a 37-yard drive. Took him just 4 plays, a minute 58, and it came after a poor punt by Tyler Palco.
It must have been a dead ball foul, because they've got to kick again.
We just caught the...
it was a dead ball foul.
Oh, they whistled the ball dead before the snap. And there's another whistle.
They were offside. West Mifflin was offside. I mean, West Allegheny. They were offside.
They're going to keep doing this until they miss.
The outside linebacker came before the ball was snapped. They must have a crystal ball. They knew he was going to make those 2, so they did that.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment. Defense.
Well, now, you've reduced the yardage by 2/3 at this point. Now maybe there is something to be said for going for the 2.
You know what? You have a point there. I mean, bottom line is you could pick up 2 points and have an 8-0 lead as opposed to a 7-0 lead. How many times is this guy going to have to kick it?
He's a pretty good kicker. Well, the ball is spotted inside the 1-yard line.
Ray Bradley said, I'm having none of that. Kick it again, Bert. Let's get this 7-0 lead and let's kick off.
Well, he's keeping his leg warm.
We
finally got it. No flags, no penalties. We've got the extra point. 8:55 to play in the first half, and West Mifflin scores first. They lead West Allegheny, the defending champions, 7-0.
A quality education that's close to home. Over 40 majors in bachelor's and master's degrees for traditional and adult students. A caring faculty teaching in a Christian perspective. If that's what you're looking for, then you're looking for Geneva College. For over 150 years, Geneva has been providing higher learning with a higher purpose. To find out more about what a Geneva education can mean for you, call 724-846-5100 or visit their website at www.geneva.edu. Geneva College, bringing faith to life.
Sunday night fights on Fox Sports Net. Witness the return of the American Dream, David Reed. Pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world. Boxing fury from a ringside seat. David Reed, Carino Garcia. Sunday night fights on Fox Sports Net.
Coming up tonight, it's the 11 o'clock Regional Sports Report. 30 minutes of nightly sports news completely dedicated to Pittsburgh's home team. For extended regional highlights and in-depth interviews, catch the 11 p.m. Regional Sports Report, Pittsburgh edition, tonight only on Fox Sports Net. And of course, we'll have a recap of the 4 championship games and preview of the Steelers tomorrow in Cincinnati.
I think Bob Pelko has to be a little bit concerned right here, Stan, because, you know, his team is known for their defense, and the last time they played West Mifflin, now they had it their own way. They were up 31. I believe they scored 31 points before West Mifflin even got on the board. But West Mifflin has been very, very impressive, especially up front with their offensive line blocking, and Peter Savage, he runs like a man possessed.
Henry and Fitzgerald back deep, but it won't get that far. The bouncing kick taken by one of the short men, Kellen Campbell, pretty good runner. Gets to the 30-35-yard line. And West Allegheny, which has just 1 first down to its credit, takes over 1st and 10 from their own 35, trailing 7-0.
Now that's a surprising stat. They have 1 first down in a quarter and a quarter.
Yep. And that was on their first play from scrimmage. West Allegheny has 4 shutouts this year, but West Mifflin has 6 shutouts this season, including 4 in a row. You know, we talk about the Steelers with 3 shutouts in succession this year, and the great 76 Steeler team. They had 4 shutouts in succession earlier this season. So that West Mifflin defense, no slouch either. Fitzgerald breaks through a hole, gets a nice solid gain on first down of 6 to the 41. Let's go back downstairs to Billy Osborne.
Well, Stan, it's starting to rain here, so I'm trying to seek shelter amongst the fans of West Mifflin, and the city challenged the fans to come to the game, and thus far, they had the greatest amount of fans through 3 games. Now, there's a lot of hard hitting going on the field, but we had some guys banging heads off the field in every play. Go ahead, you guys.
How you doing?
Josh. What's your name? Britt. Show us what you guys do. They're ready to go here. Back to you, Stan. I'm getting out of here.
I don't blame you.
You ought to give them real helmets.
I'll tell you what, Fitzgerald, he took a lick there. He took a lick there coming up through the middle.
Mike Harlecker and Jason Laro made the tackles for the Titans. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 3. What kind of color man is it who seeks shelter at the first sign of rain?
Somebody likes his hairdo.
One thing about Bill Osborne, when he played for Pitt, he never sought shelter. He
right.
didn't. He was a tough receiver, boys.
He was tough. Big play here for West Allegheny. They got to convert.
3rd down and 3. Leonard motion far side, pitch to Fitzgerald, looking for a block, and he will not get there.
That West Mifflin defense with Lario, Mullins, how you say it, Lepai, Jost, those guys are tough. I mean, they're swarming to the ball with the Junis, Harlecker. They're playing tough, hard-nosed defense.
Laro and Mullins got great penetration, and that just blew up the play. It didn't leave Kellen Campbell anyone to block.
I think they're sending a message.
Well, once again, they are 3 and out. Only 1 first down in this first half. Palco back to kick. Peter Savage, one of the twin safeties.
Another bad kick.
Will let it bounce. They get a good roll. Palco gets a roll inside the 25, and it'll be down at the 23-yard line. So the story of this game has been West Mifflin's ability to move the football and West Allegheny's inability to do the same.
Well, I think you got to give the credit to that West Mifflin defense because they have really been swarming to the ball. They've taken the tempo away from West Allegheny. I mean, we watched West Allegheny last year against Bell Vernon this championship game, and it was like a track meet. I mean, 37 points they scored against a good Bell Vernon defensive football team. This West Mifflin ball club has come to play.
34-yard punt, that with the roll, and the Titans will start out at their own 22-yard line. First down and 10. Slot to the right. Burke is the slot man to the right. Corey Desmond is the quarterback. Bonacci, the fullback, good hit and spin move. Gets across the 25 near the 26. A gain of about 3.5. Second down. Kellen Campbell and Mike Hobbs make the tackle for the Indians.
West Mifflin has 5 guys playing on both sides of the ball. West Allegheny has 6. So it's pretty equal as far as guys have to go both ways.
Fitzgerald, one of the linebackers, one of the tailbacks, coming out of the ball game. Second down. We'll call it 7. LaRon Harvey split wide right. Peter Savage, here's the counter, looking for a block. Cannot get to the corner. That's an outstanding play by Chris Leonard. Not only does he make the tackle, Don, he slid off a block, shucked the blocker, and made the tackle.
Do they have him playing on both sides of the ball now?
He's played wide receiver a little bit too.
They said he was just going to play on one side.
Watch him play off the blocker here.
Does a great job. Makes a good hit.
No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and nearly 7. As Don noted earlier, West Mifflin, when they've had success throwing, have gone to the sideline. You see they've been very successful. 3 out of 5. You'll take that any day of the week. Leonard keeps. Good run to the 30, 35, and the 40, and he's got a first down.
They can't stop that play. I mean, that's just, he's just taking it. He's run it off tackle himself. I mean, great job by him.
The linebacker and the cornerback went with Peter Savage, and that gave the quarterback, Desmond, the lane to cut up. Good block there by Bonacci, too.
They want to stop the pitch. They need to stop the quarterback.
What's the defense want to do there? Attack the quarterback or play off of him?
If the pitch is your primary concern, you have somebody on the pitch and you slide to the quarterback.
There's Mike Pachura. He was injured a bit earlier, and you can see that he's still hobbled, so it indeed was his leg. Got 2 big passes last week against TJ. That's a big third down conversion. Gives him some operating room. First down and 10 from the 41. Fake on the counter. The give inside to Burke. That's that wing back counter we talked about. He gains a couple to the 43. Mike Craig, number 2, made the tackle for the Indians. Second down and 8.
West Allegheny switching their defense around, Stan. They're in a 6 front now.
Corey Desmond, 2 for 7 passing. One of the key elements of the game has been West Mifflin's ability to convert on third down, 4 for 6 thus far. It is now second down and 8. Here's the roll. Desmond is in trouble and he's going to be sacked. He looked downfield, could not find Burke, and by that time, it was too late to do anything about it. Mike Laser, number 28, the outside linebacker, came in to make the tackle. Senior, he's also the starting fullback, 5'8", 185. He gets the sack.
You know, Chris Leonard had something to do with that, too, because he came up on the outside and took away the perimeter. So he had to pull up, and when he did, he got caught from behind.
You can see how valuable Chris Leonard is to West Allegheny. It's remarkable that they were able to go 10-1 before he was able to play a game.
Yeah. Well, this is a big play right here. It's third down and 12, third and 13. And he's going to run that option again.
Desmond has the corner, but he won't get the first down. Good, strong, tough run. That helped with field position. He's out to the 49, but it'll be well short of the first down and bring up a punting situation.
You know, it looked like he wasn't going to get anything.
Yeah.
He got about 7 or 8 yards.
They're not terribly big. Desmond's 6 feet. Even Peter Savage is only 5'7", but they're strong runners.
Well, he's 170 pounds, Peter Savage. Desmond's 175. And, up front, their center is only 187 pounds. They're not really big. The guards are 220, 210. The tackles are a little bigger, 260 and 255, but they block well.
Palco, single safety back deep. Getting ready to accept the punt.
They're bringing people.
Good high kick. Palco takes it in traffic. A fair catch might have been more advisable at that point. But Tyler Palco, pretty sure-handed kid, takes the punt with enemy jerseys all around, handles it cleanly in the rain, and they have the ball at their own 20-yard line.
Palco's about to get whipped last year. Yeah, I think a good point here is, Stan, I think Palco's got to start throwing the football. West Allegheny only throws the ball an average of 10 times a game. I mean, they make their living running the football, and then Palco is a great talent, and I'm not going to second-guess his father. He knows what he's doing. But I think in this situation, he needs to start to throw the ball more.
The tackle on the punt was made by Steve Jost, who already has a hit on Palco in the backfield, the defensive end. He's number 62. First down and 10.
Single back set. He fumbled the snap. He got it back.
Got it back. He'll lose yardage on the play. Back to the 19-yard line. Second down and 11.
They don't look sharp, do they? They just don't look sharp. I mean, I've watched them play a lot of times, and they've always looked really prepared to win a football game. But right now, they're struggling.
So you know what, Don? They average 270 yards rushing per game coming into this game.
I know.
They'd be lucky if they had 40 at this point.
Right.
And 17 came on the first play of the game by Fitzgerald. Second down and 11. Clock running. Whistle. We may have a delay of game unless somebody moves. That will stop the clock.
Fired and snap. Procedure. Offense. 5 yards. Repeat. Second down.
Things are starting to unravel here, Stan, and you can see the worried look here on Bob Palco's face, and he has every right to be worried, because this is not, as we mentioned earlier, this is not the way they play football. They're a little bit out of sync. I guess West Mifflin has a lot to do with that. But now they're making a lot of mistakes on their own. They're fumbling snaps. They're going in motion before the snap of the ball. They've got to settle down here.
Yeah, they did it twice on the extra point attempt. Falco setting up the screen, throws out in the flat. Campbell out to the 20-yard line, which was the original line of scrimmage. Now it'll bring up a 3rd and 10. As a coach, Don, when things aren't going well for you, but it's only 7-0, are you looking to kind of pull in your horns, get to the half, get things settled down? Because you could throw an interception here and give West Mifflin a chance to make it 14-0, especially in the rain.
Especially when you're inside your own 20-yard line like they were in that before that last play. You know, you don't want to have a turnover here where you give West Mifflin an opportunity to get a cheap one. So, yeah, they're struggling. They're having some problems. I'm sure Coach Pelko wants to get them in there at halftime, chew on them a little bit, show them some things they need to do in order to execute a little better. But what he doesn't want to happen is have to...
what he's doing here now is letting as much clock run out, and then he's going to take a time. Yeah. I'm surprised that West Mifflin didn't take a timeout with an opportunity to get the ball back in the plus side of the field. There's the timeout by West Allegheny. What they're trying to do here is run off as much clock in the first half, get out of here with a 3rd down play, and then punt.
Now, if you're West Mifflin, you know what you do? You send everybody. You keep one guy back, and you send everybody else and try to block this punt, and maybe get it in the end zone for a touchdown, or else just get it close so you can have your offense punch it in for a score before the half ends.
Well, based on this, I'm going to assume that West Allegheny is going to run probably some sort of a keeper, not risk putting the ball up in the air, and then we'll see if West Mifflin uses its last timeout in order to have as much time to get the ball back after the punt.
Well, that would seem like an intelligent thing to do.
Well, it couldn't be that smart if I thought of it.
You've seen enough of this to understand that. You could coach.
I don't think so.
You would want to, but you could.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'd rather coach up here and have no consequence whatsoever. I would have boosters, alumni yelling at me.
Oh, you mean you don't think you like that?
Well, it's you know what? It's pretty much the same as being a talk show host. To tell you the truth, the only difference is you can hang up on the callers. I don't think you can do that on.
And you're behind locked doors too. They can't get to you. You got security.
They get to you, they just can't get to you.
There you go.
3rd down and 10. And based on the previous strategy, we'll expect a run here.
He faked the drop.
There you go. He throws. It is caught by Slappy. He's got the sideline to the 50. Slappy to the 40. Slappy to the 30 and knocked out of bounds inside the 20 near the 15-yard line.
That is an absolutely awesome play.
That is remarkable. From the 20 all the way down to the 17-yard line. That is a play of 63 yards. And talk about crossing up.
I want to tell you, West Allegheny was not expecting that. That showed so much courage and so much confidence in your quarterback and in your offense. That's an awesome play. That's the play of the day as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Slappy, number 7, Joe Slappy, is their big play receiver. He's their leading receiver, averaging 13 yards per catch. And now West Allegheny has a chance to do something with only 43 seconds remaining. They do have 2 timeouts. Slappy looking to get inside, gets about 3 yards to the 13-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and a long 6. Harlacher makes the tackle for West Mifflin, and the timeout is called.
A touchdown here by West Allegheny will certainly take away any momentum that West Mifflin had. I mean,
now you know why I don't coach. But I got to ask you, why let the clock run down, then take a timeout? It looked like Bob Palco was just trying to drain the clock.
Well, you know what? This might have been a mindset thing too. You know, he's trying to get West Mifflin to think in terms of, okay, like you were saying earlier, you know, we're just going to run something, maybe a goose or a quarterback draw or something like that, wind the clock down some more. So if we have to punt the football, you know, you're not going to have a lot of time to do something with it. However, during that timeout, obviously he told his football team something different. We're going to fake the draw, and we're going to throw that crossing pattern to Slappy. And Slappy's been quiet tonight. And, you know, last year he was impressive in this game. Of course, he's been impressive throughout his career. And he's only a junior at 6'3", 185. And a lot of people think he's a Division I prospect.
Good speed down the side, and also got some good blocking downfield, which enabled him to pick up another 20-yard lines. And keep in mind, we talked about earlier Derek Javarone has got a great leg. He's got 7 field goals this year if they have to settle for that. It is second down, a long 6, 31 seconds to play in the half. West Allegheny has 1 timeout remaining. Empty set backfield. Palco, short drop, throws, end zone, touchdown!
Great play.
The pass caught by Chris Leonard.
Chris Leonard.
What a job, an 80-yard drive after it looked like West Allegheny was going to run out the clock, and what a momentum boost for the Indians to score with just 27 seconds to play in the half.
A play action fake to the back coming across. He throws that slant pattern to Leonard, and you know what? You still remember that TV series, Welcome Back Carter? Welcome back Leonard, I'm sure Bob Pelko was saying. Great pass by Tyler Pelko.
5 plays, 80 yards, took him only 2:23. Here's Javarone's kick. It is up. And it is good. Well, what a stunning turn of events when it looked like West Allegheny was willing to go into the locker room. We talked about kind of getting your equilibrium, getting your feet up under you. Maybe that's why they've won 2 WPIAL championships in the last 3 years.
They took a big chance, and it paid major dividends for them. It's a very, very impressive play, that fake draw and the throw to Slappy. Here's the touchdown here. They fake the wing back around, just a slant pattern to Leonard. Great ball, great catch, touchdown. And this is the kind of offense we expected from West Allegheny.
That is the 11th touchdown pass of the season for Tyler Palco. Leonard's first catch of the season. Remember now, he did not play in any of the regular season games because of a knee injury suffered in preseason training camp. His first game was last week in the playoff game against Thomas Jefferson.
And you remember, Stan,
against Bell Vernon.
Stan, we were saying earlier that maybe it was time for West Allegheny to start throwing the football.
Yeah. Just didn't think it would be then. Rain is pretty steady. I don't know that Palco had completed a pass until the one he hit with Joe Slappy.
Well, you know, this rain is coming down pretty good. I mean, I don't know what impact it's going to have in the second half, but then again, it's been raining. It had been raining for a while, and in that drive, the rain certainly didn't seem to hamper Tyler Palco and the other receivers.
What kind of kick would you over here, Don?
On the ground.
There it is. Ball picked up short. Outside the 35, 36-yard line. Now, West Mifflin does have 2 timeouts remaining.
Well,
22 seconds.
If they come out and start throwing the football now, I'll be very surprised.
Well, there's someone who was hoping to get to Hershey.
But they're not doing that, I think.
I'll tell you right now, you walk around West Mifflin with that kind of outfit, you don't have to worry about going to Hershey. 1st and 10. Let's see what Ray Brazo wants to do here. The rain is coming down a bit harder now. Well, here's Desmond. He takes off.
It's quarterback draw.
45. Hit hard. He's got a first down. That'll stop the clock at the 47-yard line. You see the time remaining. Fitzgerald and Craig make the tackle. Let's see if they use a timeout here. If they do not, they won't get off another play, most likely. Oh, there's the timeout.
You know, let's talk about this Chris Leonard again for just a second. Here's a guy gets hurt before the season starts, right? Right?
Yep.
Doesn't play all year. Gets a chance to play now. I mean, is that awesome or what?
It really is remarkable.
Scores a touchdown in the championship game.
Yep.
I mean, that is, you talk about perseverance and hanging in there and waiting for your chance.
Is that one of the tough things, Don, as a coach, when you've got a kid who is a senior, who has been a guy who's gotten a lot of playing time, unfortunately gets hurt, you have to keep his spirits up and continue to make him feel like he's part of the team even though he's not playing?
Yeah, exactly. And I'll tell you something else, too. It's heartbreaking. I had this year at my Baldwin football team, we lost 4 seniors, 2 of them at the beginning of the year, that weren't going to play again the rest of the year because they had to have reconstructive knee surgery. And it hurts these kids. It really does. It bothers you, too. You replace them, but it still bothers you.
1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Hand off to the fullback, Bonacci. And he gains a yard, and
they're shutting it down for the half.
Yeah.
But there's another timeout.
Yeah, maybe they try to catch him by surprise. They're going to use their last timeout and try to get one down deep. Remember now, in high school football, as it is in college football, pass interference downfield is not marked at the spot of the foul. So you can't try a Randy Moss and just throw it up there and hope you get a pass interference call.
Final timeout. Please reset the game clock to 6 seconds.
All right, clock reads 3. It'll be reset to 6.
Well, that's enough time to throw a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And hope it bounces off somebody else's helmet into one of your guys' hands.
The difference is not many high school quarterbacks can throw it 50 yards.
That's true. Watch out for the hook and lateral.
Going back to those thrilling days of yesteryear on the playgrounds of Beaver County, huh?
There you go. That hook and lateral was always a good play, especially if you had a slow corner.
Now, this has really been a solid football and a half, and really kind of a surprising turn of events. Remember, West Allegheny won the toss. They deferred, so they will get the football to begin the second half of play. And really, West Mifflin offensively is dominated, but only able to score the 1 touchdown on a very nice 37-yard drive. West Allegheny stumbling around a little bit. Hit the one big play of 63 yards to Joe Slappy, and then the touchdown pass to Chris Leonard.
You know, you beat a team 31-7 during the regular season. You've been here before. You've won a WPIAL championship twice. And no matter what you tell your kids, sometimes it's hard to get them up for a game like this against someone they really don't think can beat them. And then this happens.
Well, I would imagine that winning a regular season game by a wide margin may not be a good thing psychologically.
Exactly, especially if you beat them again in the championship game.
Now West Allegheny.
Their third and final timeout.
That's the first time I've ever seen someone try to ice the quarterback.
Maybe they're trying to cash in their timeouts or something. Maybe there's a monetary reward for every timeout that you use.
Well, they say you don't want to leave the field with any remaining, but I would imagine that Bob Palco wanted to set his defense for the obvious Hail Mary.
That's a good point. That's probably what's happening. He wants to talk to his defensive coordinator, talking to those guys and saying, look, if they catch it up front, underneath, they don't catch anything behind you.
Don, offensively, would you have a better chance to try to hit, let's say, a slant of about 20, 25 yards, get some blocking downfield rather than just heave it up in the air?
Well, you see the play the other day, Pitt was playing West Virginia.
Yep.
And Pitt had the game pretty much in hand, and West Virginia had the ball, and Pitt played everybody up close to the wideouts, and the kid caught the little slant in pass and went all the way to the house. They didn't have anybody in center field, but Tyler Pelko, he's about 15 yards deep, 16, 17 yards deep in center field.
Now the house is 52 yards away. Here's Desmond throwing deep down the sideline. The ball tipped up, batted away, and that will indeed. Well, there's 1 second remaining. There is still a second remaining. So, West Mifflin's going to get one more crack at it.
Bob Pelko just ran down the sidelines. I think he ran about a 4.5 40. I don't know where he was going.
Yeah, maybe they should put him in a corner. He's only 40 years old, and he readily admits that his wife is the better athlete of the two, and that Tyler gets his athletic prowess more from his mother than from his dad.
Well, the mother was supposed to be a heck of a basketball player.
Yeah, and a swimmer as well. Bob is a graduate of West Allegheny in 1978. In fact, he was an assistant to Greg Gattuso at Duquesne for a while. Desmond will take off with it.
This is good for stats.
He'll pick up about 12 yards and a first down, but that indeed will be the last play of the first half. A good half of football. First, West Mifflin, nice opening drive. Not able to score, but after a short punt, they moved 37 yards in 4 plays to score a touchdown to make it 7-0. And then what it looked like, West Allegheny, with under 2 minutes to play, was going to play out the half and go in and regroup. A 63-yard pass and then a touchdown pass, and that leads us to where we are now, tied at 7 at the half. Let's go downstairs to Bill Osborne. Billy.
Thanks, Dan. Coach, you had the lead for most of the first half, and you lost it there. You got a tie ball game now going into halftime. You worried about the momentum at all?
Well, we thought we did a lot of good things that first half. A lot of things we practiced, we did, so we're happy with that. Not real happy with that play at the end because things are going really well, but I think going in at 7-7 at halftime, we're not in a bad situation right now. We keep doing the things we're doing, we'll be okay.
Coach, if the weather stays the way it is or gets worse, will that affect your game plan here?
Well, so far I think it's pretty good. The turf's all right, and we throw all right in the rain, so we'll be okay.
All right, Coach, thanks. Good luck in the second half. Stan?
Thanks, Billy. Something else we should mention, too. is that Don, you'd look good in that hat. Maybe that gal bring that up there.
I want that other outfit, the one with the Hershey kiss.
Okay, you can have it after the game is over. One thing to remember, the Titans of West Mifflin do play their home games on artificial turf, so they're accustomed to this surface. We are tied at halftime, 7-7 between West Mifflin and West Allegheny in the WPIAL AAA championship game. Back to Three Rivers in just a moment.
You got to concern yourself with where you're going. I'm not looking to please individuals. I'm looking to win football games. You take football out of Pittsburgh and something wouldn't seem right.
Get it straight from the coach. The Bill Cowher press conference live Tuesdays at noon on Fox Sports Net.
Saturday for 9 hours only. Every new Chevy up to $5,800 off. Buy any $98 a month for half a year. Every new Chevy car, truck, minivan, even sport utility price. Up to $5,800 off. Buy any new Chevy, just $98 a month for the first 6 months. To avoid disruptions to other dealers, prices cannot be advertised, but every sell-off price posted. Saturday for 9 hours only at Century 3 Chevrolet.
Century 3 Chevrolet. Loving church for Pittsburgh. Next from the mall. Hey, Keith, as a respected sports journalist, what advice can you give on helping me score with the ladies?
Keep hanging out at ballparks and racetracks and you'll be fine.
The Keith Olbermann Evening News, Sundays at 10 on Fox Sports Net.
Pride. It's about dedication and commitment and believing in what you do. At Summit Academy, we believe in our mission of shaping bright young students into successful young men, and we are currently looking for qualified individuals who share our dedication and commitment. If you're interested in a rewarding career you can take pride in, contact the Human Resource Department at 412-885-5200. Summit Academy, where pride still matters.
After a scoreless first quarter, left West Mifflin consummated a 37-yard drive on a 3-yard run by tailback Lee Peter Savage. They came back, West Allegheny did, on a 13-yard touchdown pass to tie the game. The WPIAL football championships on Fox Sports Net are brought to you by McDonald's. We love to see you smile. And by Verizon Wireless. Join in. Well, you've heard that old adage about not having enough sense to coming out of the rain. Stephanie Gabus has been dry all afternoon long. She makes her first appearance now just when the rain starts. Steph, good choice.
It was a good choice, Dan. Thanks very much. Let's sum up the game. Pretty much at the beginning of the game, West Allegheny came out flat. West Mifflin taking advantage on the 3-yard touchdown run by Lee Peter Savage. Peter Savage and Corey Desmond both running the ball effectively. Then toward the end of the second quarter, West Allegheny answers back on 2 key passes by Tyler Palco. A nice 13-yard touchdown pass by Palco that ties up the game. It's a thriller, 7-7. We're at halftime, and now we're going to take a listen to the West Mifflin Band. are listening to the sounds of the West Mifflin Titan Marching Band. We'll be back right after this with highlights of the first half.
Verizon Wireless introduces Mobile Web, the wireless internet access you personalize on your computer, then use right over your phone. With a simple scroll and click, you can get just the information you want, the moment you want it. Mobile Web, only from Verizon Wireless. Join in.
Sign up now and get the first 3 months access free with annual contract.
We love to see you smile.
At McDonald's, we know what makes you smile. It's great tasting burgers, chicken sandwiches, and don't forget, America's favorite fries.
Great news, cheeseburger lovers. Right now, McDonald's cheeseburgers are only 48 cents each every Sunday and Wednesday. And I'll serve them up hot, fresh, right to order.
We love to see you smile.
Cheeseburgers 48 cents every Sunday and Wednesday.
I started selling cars when I was 21 years old. And I learned at an early age that every customer is a valued customer. That's how I run my business. At John Howard's, you'll never forget what it's like to buy a car. For most people, it's a big decision. We don't hesitate to go the extra mile for the customer. We're not happy unless you are. Are John Howard's customers satisfied? Just ask them. They're easy to find.
John Howard's, with 3 convenient locations to serve you.
When you see tire prices that are too good to be true, they probably are. Don't be victimized by our competition. Make sure their price includes everything. When you see our advertised price, remember, it's the entire price. No hidden charges. You get our lowest price every day, guaranteed.
Welcome back, everybody. Halftime now. West Mifflin and West Allegheny are both tied at 7. Let's take a look at some of the action from the first half. Lee Peter Savage takes it in for the touchdown, getting a nice block there. 3-yard touchdown, showing why he has more than 1,300 yards rushing this year. Then Tyler Palco hooks up with Slappy. He's a big guy, and he takes it all the way down to the 15-yard line there. West Allegheny wasn't done. It's Tyler Palco again. This time hitting up with Leonard. Touchdown. Ties the game at 7 apiece. And as we said, West Allegheny really came into this game looking flat, but they made it count toward the end of the second quarter. You got to wonder, though, if running the ball is really going to be the difference with the weather being as it is, the rain really coming down, and maybe the advantage would go to West Mifflin in that case because Lee Peter Savage and Corey Desmond have really been running the ball well. Let's hear a little bit more from the van. This time we're going to hear from West Allegheny. You're just listening to the sounds of the West Allegheny Indians marching band. We're tied here at 7. It's halftime. For more on the game, for more insight, let's send it upstairs now to Stan Sabrin and Don Yanessa. Guys?
Steph, don't put pressure on us. You're asking for insight now. We were just going to talk for a while. There's a difference between the two. You know, it's interesting. Both these teams are clearly running teams. And yet West Mifflin has already thrown 9 times this game. They only average 10 per game. And West Allegheny's only thrown 4, Don, even though they've not been able to get their running game going at all.
West Mifflin's defense has really stopped their running game. They've done a great job against Fitzgerald and company. We said earlier that Tyler Pelko has to throw the football more based on the way West Mifflin's playing defense. And as soon as we said that, they came out and threw the ball effectively and drove right down the field and scored a touchdown to tie it up. West Mifflin had a heck of a game plan coming in here. Now, in this second half, I don't know if West Allegheny will go back to their running game because that's where they have really excelled in the past. And if Bob Pelko may be stubborn enough to say, hey, we're going to go back to that running game, we're going to establish it. But if West Mifflin continue to play the same kind of defense, Pelko better throw the ball.
If you are a coach in Bob Pelko's position and a team has stopped your running game and yet it's your bread and butter, you're still tied at halftime, you're not behind, do you say, look, this is what we do, we're going to try to do it better, we may make some blocking adjustments, but we run the football, that's what we've got to do. What would you do?
I would do it exactly what you just recommended, and that is tell our guys, we're going to make some adjustments here, how we're blocking these people up front. For all I know, West Mifflin may be doing some things that he didn't expect with regards to shades and that type of thing in their 40 front. But he's got a heck of a gun in Tyler Pelko, the guy that lives in his house that he
eats his food.
Exactly. And I would use it more because, that passing game will open up their running attack.
Now, if you're Ray Brazo, psychologically, do you tell your kids, look, we have outplayed them in the first half. We are still tied. We're in great shape. We're certainly in better shape than we were in the regular season. You try to use that as a psychological prod to keep your team up, even though they gave up the late touchdown at the end of the half.
Yes, you got to say all the things you just said. Hey, listen, we've played them tough. You guys can play with these people. This isn't the last time we got beat 31-7. You should have went into this halftime winning the game 7-0. However, you just got to play the same kind of football in the second half you played in the first half, and we're not going to give them another big opportunity to score on us like they did in that last part of the game.
Of course, the great variable that no one can control is the weather. The rain is coming down even harder. That may dictate exactly what both sides choose to do. When we come back, the second half kickoff of the AAA championship game on Championship Saturday here on Fox Sports.
Want heart-pounding highlights? Then you gotta see this. It's death-defying, car-crashing, fist-flying action. Video that'll blow you away. Think you've seen it all? You gotta see this. Sunday at 6 on Fox Sports Net. Now Pittsburgh has a nightly sports report dedicated to hometown teams' home team highlights. It's 30 minutes of nightly sports news dedicated to your teams. The 11 p.m. Regional Sports Report, Pittsburgh edition, nightly at 11.
Surrounded by the game, they are invincible.
One of the greatest hockey players ever to play the game.
Surrounded by life, they are all too human.
Was ordered to stand trial. Don't crowd him. I've concluded that he bet on baseball.
Do you have anything to say to your fans?
Introducing Beyond the Glory, a glimpse into the lives of sports' biggest celebrities.
Absolutely outstanding. Unbelievable.
Premieres January 7th on Fox Sports Net.
The New York Times says NFL This Morning is a 2-hour calamity. They say hope for continued sanity at NFL This Morning has ended, and that the cast would belch their way through their college fight songs if given the green light.
Sounds good to me.
We may not have the same taste as the New York Times, but we sure know how to have fun.
You don't have the remote, baby. NFL This Morning.
NFL This Morning, tomorrow on Fox Sports Net.
I'm from Whitehall, and I did better at Don Allen.
The hot new Mazda Tribute is here. Half SUV, half sports sedan. Don Allen can get you one for as little as $17,520.
I did do better.
I did do better. You will do better at the big Don Allen Auto Complex. So, you want to join the Don Allen Used Car Super Center?
Yes, sir. At the Don Allen Used Super Center, we check them better with a 100-point quality check. We back them better with a money-back guarantee. And we price them better. The big Don Allen Used Car Super Center.
Check it out!
The WPIAL Football Championships on Fox Sports Net are brought to you by McDonald's. We love to see you smile. And by Verizon Wireless. Join in. Both teams are back on the field. 7-7 ball game. The stats weighted heavily on the side of West Mifflin. They have 10 first downs to West Allegheny's 3. They've run for 130 yards, only 44 for West Allegheny. That's net now, not total. You see the time of possession, second from the bottom. You see that West Mifflin's had much better field position, although part of that is due to their own offensive ability to move the ball and the foiled fake punt attempt. Passing yards, West Allegheny with 82, but 63 came on one play, and then the 13-yard touchdown pass. Leading rushers, Lee Peter Savage has rushed for 58 yards and 1 touchdown, 6.5 yards per carry. His quarterback, Corey Desmond, has rushed for 54 yards. On the other side, West Allegheny, Jamie Fitzgerald has rushed for 41 yards. I think one of the keys here is that Kellen Campbell, who has averaged nearly 90 yards per game, has been held to a -1 yard on 2 carries. And also the fact, in terms of total plays, West Mifflin with a substantial advantage, 34 plays from scrimmage down to only 15 for West Allegheny.
They've outplayed them. If it wasn't for that last series just before the end of the second quarter, and West Mifflin has outplayed them throughout the contest. But you know, West Allegheny is so explosive that you just never know when they're going to strike.
Let's go downstairs to Billy Osborne with head coach Bob Palco. Billy?
I'd like to toss water in my face. Coach Palco had the ball for almost 6 more minutes, and you guys ran 19 more plays. You got to feel pretty fortunate going up and only tie for 7.
No question. I mean, you know, they played great half of football. We knew that. They're a good football team. You know, they came out, seemed to be a little more fired up.
Coach, how do you keep that momentum going after that long drive close to the second end of the second quarter?
It comes down to the kids wanting to make plays. You know what I mean? I think we're in good shape. We just got to come out and play. You know, that's why. But there's 2 halves of football. We'll see what happens.
How about this weather? Going to affect your game plan for the second half?
I hope not. I mean, you know, we got to play in it, so nothing we can do unless you can do something to stop it.
All right, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Stan.
Hey, Bill, can you do something to stop it? I know you've got wide sweeping powers. I wondered if...
The only thing I can do right now is run for shelter fast.
Bill, I got to tell you, though, your hair looks good, even though it's wet. Wet look.
It's a little lower than when we started, but it still looks good. Maybe you can borrow Stephanie's hat.
Hey, Stan, I like Bob Palco's attitude. I mean, you could tell this is a good football coach. I mean, he's got a lot of enthusiasm. He's glib. I mean, you know, he's not awestruck by anything that's going on. You know, he's got the answers for you. He's a good football coach. He's got a great career in front of him. He's already had a great career up to this point.
Well, Bob Palco and his West Allegheny Indians have never lost at Three Rivers Stadium. They are 5-0 here, both in semifinal and final competition, including last week. As you mentioned earlier, West Allegheny won the toss to start the game, deferred. They will now accept to begin the second half. Now, as a coach, in weather like this, given you've got a terrific defense, would you consider at this point, Don, starting off playing defense in weather like this?
No. I want the ball.
You want the ball.
And I'll tell you something else, too. You know, when Palco, when he coached at West Allegheny, he played at West Allegheny, they were terrible. That's another great thing that he's done. He's gone back to his alma mater and made him great.
1978 graduate of West Allegheny High School, and of course his son has been heavily recruited. Pitt, Penn State, Wisconsin, Michigan. Pretty good choices there for Tyler Palco, and he's still got a year to play.
Might be a package deal. I mean, by the time that kid graduates, maybe Bob's done about as much as he wants to do at West Allegheny. It could be a deal where father and son go together.
We'll see.
That's negotiated yet. No matter who comes into the living room.
You're not supposed to say that.
There's no money being changed.
We're not supposed to know that happened. All right, West Allegheny set to receive the kickoff. Brian Burke will kick off. Back deep at the 10-yard line. Kellen Campbell on the near side. Kick is short. Taken by an up man. Across the 30, 35, and out near the 40-yard line. And West Allegheny will start out in very good field position.
That's one of the big disadvantages of kicking it on the ground, you know, in situations like that, because the ball bounces off the turf, somebody gets it short, and they bring it back 5 or 6 yards, and there they are at the 40.
Ryan Coleman, number 17, returned the kick. He's a junior for the Indians, and here comes West Allegheny. First and 10 from their own 40. We are tied at 7. Got an offset backfield.
Changing the formation by shifting the tight end.
Campbell got a hold of a right guard up near midfield and into West Mifflin territory, and that should be good for 10 yards and a first down. Mike Harlacher, number 55, the senior linebacker, made the tackle, but that time that offset, pro-set backfield gains a bit more than 10.
And they're just base blocking up front, and they gave him good daylight. He's a hard runner.
Yes, he is. He's got good size, 6 feet, 195 pounds. He's scored 7 touchdowns in the playoffs thus far. And he's the guy they give it to when they get near the goal line generally.
He is a tough kid, and that's very productive to say the least.
Dan McElhaney, the safety, came up to make the tackle. Campbell again. Inside the 45 and down to the 43-yard line for a gain of 6. Second down and 4. Luke Lippi, first hit on the play, and it looks like West Allegheny's going to go tackle the tackle here, Don.
I guess that Bob told him at halftime we're going to play smash mouth football. We're better than they are up front, even though they've outplayed us up front in the second half. I mean, the first half, you better get after it. Let's block them off the ball. Let's give the ball to Campbell. Let's give the ball to Fitzgerald. Let's move the sticks.
The 2 tackles average 280 pounds. Second down and 4. Jamie Fitzgerald in the game. He's the deep man behind Campbell. They're both in the backfield at the same time. Fitzgerald got a hole, 40, inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 and another West Allegheny first down. Mark Bonacci, number 44, the man who made the tackle on the fake punt early in the football game, gets the stop there.
This is the inside stretch. Takes it up inside. It's called Zeus. They got 25 yards and 3 carries.
Good blocking job by Chris Leonard. He blocked out. Fitzgerald looks like he's a bit shaken up. He comes out of the ball game. First and 10. West Allegheny at the 36-yard line of West Mifflin, just underway in the third quarter. Leonard motion far side. Lasers the fullback. Campbell, right guard. Down to the 32-yard line. A roar from the sideline.
They want a late hit.
Yeah, they wanted a late hit. Safety came up. McElhaney. Matt DeJunis made the tackle. Second down and 6. 4 yards on first down is a win. Dave Hawkins, starting safety, comes into the ball game as a running back. Laser comes out of there. Second down and 6. Got a wing. Here's a pitch back. Dante Henry with the carry. That was a little misdirection there.
That's an interesting play.
Yeah.
They pitch to the right, and the kid takes 2 steps, jabs, comes back on a counter.
Peter Savage made the tackle. He's playing some defense now. Dante Henry in the ball game. He gets 3 inside the 30 to the 29. Is third down and 3.
Taco pitches the ball. The kid just stops, comes back the other way like misdirection, and missed the hole. Right. Got a few yards.
Third down and 3. Remember, West Allegheny has a real weapon in their kicker, Derek Javarone. He can kick it from here. He's got that kind of leg. The Indians, they want a first down. Palco, short drop, passing the flat. And the pass is caught for a first down by Chris Leonard. Boy, has he been a valuable addition to this club. They get the first down, and it'll be first and 10 from the 25.
He ran what we call a T-spin route there. The kid, he came in and took the inside shoulder of the defensive back like he was running a skinny post. Then he planted and broke to the sideline. It's a hard pattern to cover.
Nice timing pattern, and really those two have not had a great deal of opportunity to work together because Leonard has not been able to practice until a couple of weeks ago. It's only his second game of the season. I know his kids are 17 years old, but still, you have to get back in shape. Tough to do, and you've got a knee. First and 10 with 25. Pitch wide and a fumble by Fitzgerald. He wisely falls on it, covers up, and takes the loss. Jamie wanted to pick it up and take off with it when he realized it's raining out here. I'm just going to maintain possession.
Yeah, it was thrown behind him a little bit. You know, West Mifflin brought a guy in motion to run this play to the left, and West Allegheny rather, and West Mifflin shifted their defense down. If West Allegheny would run a play like that again and bring that guy in motion and go counter the other way, there'd be nobody there. Like a quarterback bootleg is what I'm thinking of.
Fitzgerald's out of there. Kellen Campbell is back in on 2nd down and 15. Now an empty backfield. Palco straight drop back. Throws in the flat. It is caught by Slappy at the 15. Joe Slappy, touchdown, West Allegheny.
Awesome play. Awesome play by Slappy. That ball wasn't that well thrown, and there was coverage there, but Slappy kept his eyes on it. He brought it home. He turned. He beat everybody to the end zone. Awesome play by Slappy.
The defender came up and tried to make the interception, but the ball was just over his reach, and Slappy was there for the touchdown. There's the attempt right there, but Bonacci, the linebacker.
And he missed, and that's all it took, and then Slappy had somebody else miss. It was free selling to the end zone.
A 30-yard touchdown pass, 8 plays, 60 yards. Second touchdown pass of the game for Tyler Palco. Derek Javarone with the attempt on the extra point. It is good. 7:21 to play in the 3rd quarter, and West Allegheny takes the second half kickoff, marches for the touchdown. They lead 14-7.
We love to see you smile.
At McDonald's, every order is made hot, fresh, right to order. So I'm not just making a burger.
I'm making your burger.
Each and every day, there's great food and great deals at McDonald's. Like our world-famous double cheeseburger for only 99 cents. And our tasty McChicken sandwich, also just 99 cents.
We love to see you smile.
Double cheeseburger or McChicken sandwich, just 99 cents each.
Verizon Wireless introduces Mobile Web. The wireless internet access you personalize on your computer, then use right over your phone. With a simple scroll and click, you can get just the information you want, the moment you want it. Mobile Web. Only from Verizon Wireless. Join in.
Sign up now and get the first 3 months access free with annual contract.
Joe Slappy, his 8th touchdown catch of the season. Tyler Palco now with 2 touchdown passes today, 12 on the season.
He runs a T-spin out is what he did. He came back for the ball. The guy went for the interception, didn't get it. Makes a move on a guy, and it's 7 points, well, actually 6 points at that point, then the extra point, and it's 14-7.
It's amazing how this game has turned around. The first 3 drives of the ball game for West A, 11 plays for 47 yards. The last 2 drives, 13 plays, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Well, with 11 minutes, in the first half, I thought West Mifflin had the game pretty well. They were controlling the game with just less than a minute to go in it in the first half. It's turned dramatically.
Brandon Nathan on the near side.
This is more trouble.
Fall on it. Peter Savage tries to work his way up the sideline. Does well to get out to the 10-yard line. And this is... No team wants to play from behind in this kind of weather, but the West Mifflin team has a very balanced attack.
They're looking at 90 yards.
I would think at this point, given the momentum of the game down, what they'd like to do is grind out a couple of first downs. Then if they have to punt, at least they've changed field position, give them a chance to play a little defense here.
Well, the truth is there's no reason to panic here. Just play good, solid football. Give it to Peter Savage. Give it to your people that have been carrying it all year long, and let's move the ball up the field.
Corey Desmond on the keeper. Tries to cut inside. There's no room. He gets a couple off the 12-yard line. Tackled by Chris Leonard. There he is again.
They ran this play a lot in the first half with success, but I guess they've made some adjustments defensively, and they were strung out, and he wasn't going anywhere on that quarterback keeper.
Well, once you get penetration, you've pretty much blown up a running play, and Priscilla, number 79, there you see him, got good penetration on that play. And again, he's playing with a torn cartilage and a torn ACL.
And he's playing on both sides of the ball.
Yeah. You can move up and back. It's laterally that the ACL's for. 2nd down and 8. Fumble. Peter Savage falls on it at the 8-yard line.
It was tremendous penetration there.
Ryan Mixter, number 54, came in and just blew that play up. They never got the handoff. It was supposed to be an inside handoff to the fullback, but Mixter, senior defensive end, makes the play.
And he's only 5'11", 200 pounds, but he's quick.
They never even got the handoff. He actually hit the quarterback before he could even hand the ball off. Now it's 3rd down and 14.
West Mifflin was very fortunate that wasn't a turnover and giving the ball to West Mifflin at that spot.
Well, you know, it's remarkable. In weather like this, we've not had a turnover. 3rd down and very long yardage in a dangerous portion of the field. Peter Savage needs a block to get outside. Gets to the 15, out to the 18-yard line, picks up yardage. Ball was loose. I think they're going to rule that he was down. It'll be 4th down and about 3. The tackle made by Kellen Campbell. So West Allegheny does its job. They force a punt and should get the ball in excellent field position.
Peter Savage is still running hard. I mean, he's trying his best to get that necessary yardage for the 1st down, but he comes up short. On this series now, after this punt, Stan, this is going to be the telltale for the rest of this game.
This might be one of the biggest plays of the game right here. The punt by Burke. Palco stands at the 50-yard line. Offside. And that should be a 1st down. You're absolutely right. If the penalty is against West Allegheny, that is going to give West Mifflin a 1st down.
If that's the way that comes down, it's a big break for West Mifflin.
Dante Harvey, number 4, or excuse me, Dante Henry.
Prior to the snap. Encroachment. Defense. 5 yards. Results in a 1st down.
Dante Henry, number 4, the outside rush man. Watch him charge offside.
He was going for it. He's a 5'10", 175-pound sophomore. He was anxious to get back there and make something happen.
Only a sophomore. That could be a turning point in this game. We'll see if West Mifflin's able to take advantage of this. West Mifflin, as we mentioned to you, was not penalized last week against Thomas Jefferson. Still have not committed a penalty. West Allegheny, big one there. Peter Savage got a block out in front. Well, that's a good defensive play by Chris Leonard. He threw the blocker down and made a play. I don't know what his college prospects are, but he's a kid who really plays the game well.
Well, I want to know what knee he hurt. Because the way he moves, he's got 2 good wheels there. Look at him come down the line. I mean, Peter Savage, there's no way. He's all over him, and he throws him to the turf. Great play.
Played off the block of Luke Lippi. It is a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Desmond.
He's not going to avoid all that traffic.
Did his best to avoid a sack, but he will end up losing a yard to bring up 3rd down and 9. Just couldn't find anyone open. Jamie Fitzgerald made the tackle eventually, but called that one a coverage sack. Good job by the West Allegheny secondary.
Stan, West Allegheny, they're changing their fronts. They're going from a 40 to a 50. They're shifting down just before the snap of the ball. Some of that stuff may be confusing those offensive linemen at West Mifflin, but you knew they'd make some adjustments at halftime because there was no way they were going to allow West Mifflin to run the ball as effectively as they did in the 1st half.
Passing down on 3rd down and 9. Desmond is 2 for 8 passing. The keeper got the 1st down, 30, 35, 36-yard line. Good job by Corey Desmond. Broke the line of scrimmage, found some running room, and picks up a very important 1st down. Adam Priscilla, the nose tackle, chased him down from behind.
I can't believe they're getting away with this. That quarterback just rolling out, and he's running an off-tackle play on his own. There's not even a fake to an option. He's not faking to a fullback. There's no tailback out there to pitch to. I mean, it's unbelievable to me that they're actually getting away with that play, and they've gotten away with it several times tonight.
I'm wondering how much the fractured finger of Brian Burke has sort of cramped their style in terms of throwing the ball. He is their leading receiver.
They threw to him a couple times early.
Peter Savage, nice cut inside. He gets out to the 43, 44-yard line for a gain of 8, where it'll be 2nd down and 2. Tyler Palco made the stop, but West Mifflin beginning to grind out some yardage, and at the very least, Don, change field position.
Some real good block in the front. This time you got Tony Mullins, does a great job. So does Frank Eisenberg. Jason Lario, Seth Gropp. These guys are blocking solid up front.
2nd down and 2 from the 44-yard line. Officials have a towel over the ball, trying to keep it as dry as possible. Lee Peter Savage averaging 7 yards per carry. That's above his season average.
Counter, Craig.
Peter Savage in trouble. He's hit in the backfield by Kellen Campbell. Terrific defensive play. A loss of 4 back to the 40-yard line.
Kellen Campbell wasn't fooled by that fake to the fullback. As soon as he saw that, he knew it was the counter trade. He came right up underneath and made the big play in the backfield on Peter Savage. Watch the fake to the fullback right there. He wasn't fooled by that. He came right underneath, untouched, made a big play.
Well, he saw the guard pull and read his key, and boom, there he was.
That's right.
Good linebacker play.
He didn't get fooled by the fullback fake. He followed the guard.
Let's talk about linebackers reading their keys. Their first key generally is the offensive guard. 3rd down now, and about 6 for a 1st down. Desmond looking to throw for Burke.
Going to get it to him. Did he catch it?
Yep, they're going to call it a catch. It is a catch at the 49-yard line.
That was close.
Yes, it was. But the gain is 8 and a 1st down. And West Mifflin keeps the drive alive as we're under a minute to play here in the 3rd quarter.
You were just talking about Brian Burke, and there he is. From that angle, you can't tell for sure because his back's to us.
I trust the officials.
you and Bill Cowher.
That's right. I'm just waiting for my phone call on Monday to tell.
For apology.
You know, the Steelers are the only team on Jerry Seaman's speed dial. I call him every Monday. And 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. This is a great drive by West Mifflin. Peter Savage keeps his feet, gains 3 from the 48-yard line. This drive started at the 10-yard line. Campbell and Mike Laser making the tackle for the Indians. The Titans have it 2nd and 7 at the West Allegheny 48-yard line. And that should be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
Stan, they converted some big 3rd down plays in this drive. So if there's any doubt about if anybody thought that they might be let down a little bit after that touchdown, no.
Well, they've had some good drives today. Only one's resulted in a touchdown. We've played 3 quarters. 12 minutes to go, or perhaps maybe more than 12. West Allegheny leads at 14-7.
Saturday for 9 hours only. For used car and truck, $98 down, $98 a month for half a year. For used car, truck, minivan, and sport utility price slash. Ford, Chevys, Buicks, Toyotas, Hondas, and more. With $98 down, $98 a month for the first 6 months. To avoid disruption to other dealers, prices cannot be advertised, but every sell-off price posted. This Saturday for 9 hours only at Century 3 Chevrolet.
Century 3 Chevrolet, Lebanon Church Road, Pittsburgh.
Next from the mall.
A quality education that's close to home. Over 40 majors in bachelor's and master's degrees for traditional and adult students. A caring faculty teaching in a Christian perspective. If that's what you're looking for, then you're looking for Geneva College. For over 150 years, Geneva has been providing higher learning with a higher purpose. To find out more about what a Geneva education can mean for you, call 724-846-5100 or visit their website at www.geneva.edu. Geneva College, bringing faith to life.
Sunday night fights on Fox Sports Net. Witness the return of the American Dream, David Reed. Pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world. Boxing fury from a ringside seat. David Reed, Carino Garcia. Sunday night fights on Fox Sports Net. Make Fox Sports Net your morning destination for sports news that's 100% dedicated to your home teams. Then get national sports news from a fresh perspective. The regional sports report followed by the national sports report. Weekday mornings on Fox Sports Net. Sports Beat has the Steelers covered.
Oh, goodness!
Monday, a complete recap of the game. And Tuesday, we break down Bill Cowher's press conference. Sports Beat, weeknights on Fox Sports Net, presented by Verizon.
Don't forget to watch the Keith Olbermann Evening News. It airs tomorrow night at 10 on Fox Sports Net. Each Sunday night, Keith provides his unique perspective on the world of sports. Sunday nights at 10 here on Fox Sports Net. It's kind of been a tortoise and the hare game, Don. West Allegheny struck very quickly. West Mifflin has gone on some long drives. This current one, 10 plays, 42 yards.
That's a good drive from the 10-yard line.
Second down and 8 from the 40 as we begin to play in the fourth quarter. Desmond looking deep, got that open downfield, and it is incomplete. Almost. A great catch by Brian Burke. Just a little bit too long.
He made an awesome effort to catch that ball, Stan. Just a little bit overthrown. Desmond throws a good ball, however. He's got the guy beat. He stretches out. The turf took it away from him. When he came down, the turf took it away.
Listen, don't forget, with that fractured finger, he may not be able to grasp the ball, too, and hold on to it.
Maybe, but I'll tell you, he made a heck of an effort.
He sure did. It is third down and 8.
Trips.
Motion to the near side, quarterback draw. Desmond will not get a first down. He gets to the 46-yard line. That'll bring up a fourth down and a bit more than 5. Down to a presumably reasonably dry Billy Osborne.
Don't presume anything. It's absolutely pouring down here. It's very cold. But this is what it's all about. Championship football, Three River Stadium, pouring rain. Okay, maybe not. I went to my cold weather gear, my warm weather gear. A lot of stuff going on the field, but there's some things going on the sidelines as well. We've got our buddies here. What's your name?
Scott.
And? All right, these two guys are responsible for keeping the balls dry here. This is called what?
Dry ball.
Called a dry ball. And what do you have here?
We just put the ball in the shaker and just...
All right, so they got the balls covered with towels. They got a dry ball bucket. I'm looking for a dry tent. Back up to you guys.
Great punt. Great punt there. That kid kicked the heck out of that ball.
He did. We wanted to kick it about 5 yards shorter. It goes in the end zone. One thing about it never rains in South Jersey, where Bill comes from. I go to vacation there. It never rains there. There's Ray Brazo. Going to keep his kids going. Obviously, they were hoping Burke would kick that one inside the 10-yard line. Got up a heck of a kick. It ends up being a 45-yard punt with no return. The stats, West Mifflin pretty much dominating the stats. But look at the passing yards. 116 yards passing, way over West Allegheny's normal average.
It's what's put them ahead in this game.
Yes, it has. First and 10 from the 20. Jamie Fitzgerald across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Matt DeJunas, number 32, the middle linebacker, makes the tackle for the Titans. Second down and 3. This could be the discerning drive of the game if West Allegheny is able to drive and score.
And use up a lot of time on that clock, yes.
Could be it. Bob Palco has never lost a game as the head coach here at Three River Stadium. They are 5-0, including 2 championship games in 97 and last year. They're trying to become the first AAA team to win back-to-back titles since Blackhawk made it a three-peat in the early 1990s when Blackhawk won it in 91, 92, and 93, and Tyler Palco calls a timeout. We'll take a break. You see the time remaining. You see the score. West Allegheny trying to make it 2 in a row and 3 out of 4 in the AAA classification, the WPIAL championships.
The U.S. Department of Energy is predicting that this could be the most expensive winter for heating bills in 15 years. Hi, I'm Ron Orty from Traco. We understand how skyrocketing fuel costs can impact you, especially when you have old drafty windows in your home. That's why Traco has designed the Protection Plus window system, the window that protects you from the high cost of fuel bills. It's not too late to fight back. Call your local Traco dealer now and learn more about this exciting energy-saving offer.
So, you want to join the Don Allen Used Car Super Center?
Yes, sir.
At the Don Allen Used Super Center, we check them better with a 100-point quality check. We back them better with a money-back guarantee. And we price them better. The Big Don Allen Used Car Super Center.
Check it out! This week on Sunday Night Fights, former WBA Super Welterweight champion David Reed makes his debut against WBC International Super Welterweight champion Carino Garcia in a 10-round middleweight brawl between two top 10 contenders. The bell rings Sunday at 8 p.m. only on Fox Sports Net. Second down and 3 from the 27-yard line after the timeout. Palco to Campbell. Campbell's got a big hole over right tackle. Across the 30 to the 35-yard. And Campbell, the senior running back, gets a first down. Matt DeJunius, the senior linebacker, makes the tackle.
West Mifflin's got to dig in here because that's not a first down. The ball's out to the 35-yard line. Even if West Allegheny doesn't score on this drive, if they get it past midfield and punt and put West Mifflin 85, 90, 95 yards away again, they're going to be hard-pressed to tie this game up.
You see Tyler Palco. Look what he's done on the flank, especially on that pass to Joe Slappy. The 13-yarder over the middle is good for a touchdown at the end of the first half. First and 10, West Allegheny. Pitch wide to Fitzgerald. Beats one potential tackler. Jamie Fitzgerald picks up 10, 11 yards, and that'll be good for another West Allegheny first down. Safety Joey Bracco made the tackle along with help from Jason Larrow, but it's an 11-yard gain for Fitzgerald and another West Allegheny first down. Give credit to that offensive line. Adam Trisilla, Matt Gray, Mike Hobbs, Clay Martin, and Dustin DeLuca.
And the tight end, Manny Yohaus.
Yep.
You know, Jamie Fitzgerald, he's got real good peripheral vision. That was a pitch. And he started to take it outside, and he saw the seam inside, and planted that right foot and went right up in there and got big yardage on the play for the first down.
Ran right past the guy who had the penetration. First and 10 at the 46-yard line. Clock running, 9:20 to play in the ball game.
Two tight ends.
West Allegheny's going to put it up now. Campbell, big hole up the middle. He's got another first down. He picks up 11 more and gets another first down at the West Mifflin 44. And one other thing that we should report, West Mifflin quarterback Corey Desmond hurt his hand in the last series. He may not be able to come back in.
They would have to go to an underclassman.
Calling for a measurement. I can see from here. I can see clearly now, as Johnny Nash said. That's a first down.
You know what's happening here, Stan? This West Mifflin defensive line, Tony Mullins and Luke LePay, they're 210, 220. They're tough kids. They play hard in there. They've been playing hard the entire game. But that offensive line for West Allegheny with a 275-pound left tackle and Dustin DeLuca, a 290-pound right tackle and Adam DeSilla, they're overpowering them now. Maybe it's a thing about somebody wearing somebody down.
Well, they have certainly dominated here in the second half after having been dominated by West Mifflin in the first.
If they maintain this drive and they go down and score, I think it's over.
It's tough to come back.
Staying with the two tight end offense. And the power.
Campbell. Powerful run.
He's just dragging people. He's pushing them and dragging them. I mean, they had their hands on him and their arms wrapped around him, and 3-4 yards he ended up getting tackled.
I mean, it looked like he was going to get nothing, and he ends up getting a very solid 6.
Just look at him, how powerful he is. Just drive, dig it, drive, keep pushing.
Nice instinct, too. Made a couple nice cuts. All the great backs can make a cut in an open field. The guy who can make a cut in traffic is the really good back.
They're staying with the set. A wing, two tight ends, I formation.
Second down and 4. Campbell, he's there bruising back, gets to the 35-yard line, a yard short of the first down. It'll bring up third down and 1. Clock running under 8 to play. Let's go down to Bill Osborne on the sideline. Bill?
Report from the West Mifflin sideline. Corey Desmond, the quarterback for West Mifflin, bruised right wrist, but will return.
Okay. Thanks, Bill.
Well, West Allegheny's they're in 4-down territory here. So even if they don't convert on this third down play, they'll go for it on 4th.
2 for 1. 2 plays to make a yard. West Mifflin's season might be riding on the next 2 plays. Falco sneaks and pushes ahead. for a first down.
Now, that would have been a time to fake the handoff and throw the ball, right?
You're a second guesser. Would you have called that?
No, but no Bob Palco. I'm surprised he didn't.
Although the time is coming after just grinding it out.
That's right.
When West Mifflin is very susceptible to exactly that.
You're absolutely right. I mean, they play action fake right now. I'm sure there'd be a strong possibility that someone would get behind that secondary.
You know, I want to give credit to the fullback, Michael Laser. You know, he's not that big. He's 5'8", 180 pounds, but he's been the lead blocker in there for much of this. Now they go with Campbell and Fitzgerald in an offset eye, 1st and 10 from 33. Fitzgerald, good, tough running. You know, these running backs are getting more than the offensive line is giving them. That's a very solid game. 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 3. And if you hope to stop a team, you cannot give up that kind of yardage on 1st down.
West Mifflin's continuing to play hard, but you know what's happening, Stan? They're on their heels. And it looks like, you know, the push by the offensive line of West Allegheny is so dominant right now that they're just staying on those people, and they're pushing them, and the backs are running behind those big offensive linemen, and West Mifflin just grabbing with hands and fingers and holding on for dear life.
DeLuca, Martin, Hobbs, Gary, Priscilla, Rojas, 2nd down and 3. Campbell cuts at the line of scrimmage. It's a good cut. May have the 1st down. Should have the 1st down at the 22-yard line. He does have the 1st down.
Looked like he was going to be stopped. And then he spun. He spun around and got the 1st down.
And that's a great block by Matt Gray, number 73. That's just a terrific job. He's a senior.
He ran right out of the hands of Tony Mullins. Tony Mullins had him back there, and he ran right out of his hands.
And the clock continues to run. This has been a very impressive drive by West Allegheny. They're doing exactly what everybody in the house knew they had to do. Campbell. Inside run, coupled to the 20. They have 2nd down and 8.
That time West Mifflin got out of their 4 front. They got into a 6 front. They brought more people, and they were able to slow that down a little bit and only give up 2.5 yards on 1st down.
You can tell also that Tyler Palco is the son of a coach, because he is using up almost all the play clock as he comes to the line of scrimmage. They're in no great hurry.
Hey, Stan, he's smart. You know what? Next year they say he'll be one of the 10 top high school quarterbacks in America. Maybe he is already.
2nd down and 8 from the 20. Pitch wide, Fitzgerald.
Watch him cut it back.
Looking to cut back. Now that's a good defensive play, although he may have lost his footing. Tripped up in the backfield. This drive is coming up on 6.5 minutes.
All the way back from their own 20-yard line.
Palco leading the play, gets a block. Actually, he just kind of stumbled on his own. I was going to say, like my old coaches, they tripped on a blade of grass, but that's when they had grass. They didn't have that anymore.
Tripped on a sliver of carpet.
3rd down and 7. West Mifflin's last stand right here. If they hope to stay alive, they've got to stop West Allegheny on 3rd and 4th down. Palco looking, throwing, end zone, man open, touchdown West Allegheny. And once again, it is Joe Slappy. They had good coverage on him initially, but he got great separation. The 3rd touchdown pass of the game for Tyler Palco, the 2nd to Joe Slappy.
And they say it, you pound him, you pound him, you pound him, you run left, you run right, and then all of a sudden, you play action fake. The guy ran what you call a Z out, a Z deep route. He got behind number 28.
What are you saying about Bob Palco not letting his son throw enough?
He threw enough tonight, I'll tell you that. He threw enough to win.
3 touchdown passes. That is an 80-yard drive. It took 7 minutes and 11 seconds. 7-11. That's a lucky combination for West Allegheny. They now lead 21-7 with only 3:57 to play in the WPIAL AAA championship game.
Hi, my name is Joe Androstic, sales manager at Sendell Motors, Route 30 East in Greensburg. Volkswagen is one of the most popular cars on the road today. They're exciting, they're affordable, and they're just plain fun to drive. And as always here at Sendell Motors, you receive your best bottom line price and exceptional customer service before, during, and after the sale. So stop by for your test drive today. And remember, if you buy Volkswagen someplace else, you'll pay more money. And on the road of life, there are passengers and drivers. Drivers wanted.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by Fox Sports Net under the authority of the WPIAL and may not be reproduced, rebroadcast, re-recorded, or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the WPIAL. Tyler Palco now is 6 for 7 on that drive, 134 yards. He's now thrown for 3 touchdowns, and on that drive, he completed 6 consecutive passes.
He's the real thing. There's no question about that. That's why, as we said, everybody wants it. Pitt, Notre Dame, Michigan, Penn State. I mean, everybody wants to recruit this guy because he's big, he's strong, he's smart, he's talented, he can run, he can throw. And then they talk about him playing defense. I play him the quarterback.
Well, here's the kickoff. West Mifflin now. Truly up against it. They should let this go out of bounds. They do. There's the flag. West Mifflin will take the ball. And we'll see how Corey Desmond is able to function with that sprained wrist, his throwing hand.
Procedure, kicking team. Option on the 35-yard line, first down.
So the kick out of bounds, and now West Mifflin obviously in a position with under 4 minutes to play and down 2 scores.
Look at Bob Pelko. He's just having a good time out there. He's sweat, soaked, laughing. His son's playing great football. He's going to win his 3rd WPIAL championship. Life is wonderful.
Desmond looks, throws over the middle, got a man open, and it's caught for a first down in West Allegheny territory. Hit his tight end.
Brian Burke.
Look at Brian Burke is right. The completion is down to the 40-yard line.
Brian Burke's played a good football game tonight.
Yes, he has. He is their leading receiver. He's their leading receiver tonight.
This whole West Mifflin team, they've played hard tonight.
Peter Savage on a wing left. This is Desmond on the keep. Corey Desmond just shy of the 35-yard line for a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. West Mifflin playing hurry up, getting the call from Ray Brazo.
There's no quit on these guys, that's for sure.
Well, you don't get here if you've got any quit in you. And speaking of quit in you, Ray Brazo, who almost lost his job, got it back through strong community support, and I would imagine that they're very proud of him now. Desmond looking, throwing to the sideline, incomplete, looking for Bodnar, bounced off him, number 82. Incomplete, stops the clock, and brings up a 3rd down and 4. Eric Bodnar, the intended receiver.
Bodnar just couldn't get his feet planted on the wet turf. And as a result, he couldn't get his body turned around in time, and he wasn't in a position to catch the ball. The ball was thrown pretty well.
Yep, the ball hit him in the shoulder pad, so he didn't get his hands up. You catch it with your hands, even in this weather. The rain continues, although it's not as bad as it was at halftime. Easy for me to say inside. I talked to Stephanie and Bill Osborne about that. 3rd down and 4. Inside handoff to the fullback, Bonacci, who gets to the 34-yard line, but that'll bring up 4th down and 2. They tried to catch West Allegheny in a pass defense, and probably did, but pretty good defensive play by West A. That'll bring up a 4th down and 2.
Well, you need to convert here.
Corey Desmond now, 4 for 12.
This might be a good time to run some kind of bootleg. Give yourself about 3 or 4 options with respect to receivers downfield.
This will be the last chance for West Mifflin to...
Oh, he slipped.
And so did the receiver. Desmond slipped, and so did his intended receiver, the tight end, Mike Disvonic. Both of them slipped on the wet turf, and the ball goes over on downs to West Allegheny, and with it, any last hope that West Mifflin had of winning its first championship in 27 years.
It's got to be a little slippery out there for sure. You know, that quarterback just took a 3 or 4 step drop and tried to turn around, get his body and his hips rotated around so he could throw it outside to that receiver, and it's just probably too difficult with that slippery turf to maintain control.
Also, Don, if you look, he threw the pass from the second base area where they have that zipped in.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You can see that's where he threw it from, and that can cause a problem. West Allegheny now trying to run out the clock. Campbell carries. It'll be their 3rd championship in the last 4 seasons in AAA, and they become the first AAA team to repeat since Blackhawk did it in 92 and 93. Actually, Blackhawk made it 3 years in a row. Remember, Tyler Palco will be back for 1 more year.
Much to the chagrin of everybody else to play them.
West Mifflin has all 3 timeouts remaining.
A lot of people in that conference probably wish there was an early out clause.
They bust some kids in and get them up to quad A. 2nd down, 7. Fitzgerald wants to stay in bounds here. It gets knocked out of bounds. However, he does get a 1st down at the 50, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And he's going to get 15 more on top of that.
Late hit out of bounds.
Late hit.
There's the signal. Falco threw a nice block there.
Like you said, he wanted to stay in bounds, but he just couldn't do it.
He was shoved.
Yeah, that was... I don't know.
15 yards from the end of the run.
I don't think he needed to call that.
Brent Dittman, number 28. Yep, they don't give it on the field, but that was number 28, and he's had a terrific year. He had 6 interceptions this year. That's an awful lot in high school ball.
It sure is.
That, by the way, is the first penalty on West Mifflin in the last 2 games. Did not have one last week against TJ. None today until that point, and that really is...
That's an impressive stat.
Yeah, it shows good coaching. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Fitzgerald again. Good hole. He's down to the 25-yard line, a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down, less than a yard.
West Mifflin has 3 timeouts left. If they call any of them, I think it'd be a bad idea.
Yeah. They had their opportunity if they would have done, if they would have wanted to, they would have done it on the previous series. Did not do it. We're under a minute to play now. 2nd down and less than a yard for West Allegheny. Just 55 seconds from their 3rd. You're going to get a kneel down here. Their 3rd WPIAL AAA championship in the last 4 years. They're beginning to build a bit of a dynasty.
Without a doubt. What he's done at West Allegheny is a real phenomenal story in the annals of WPIAL football. Because West Allegheny, I can promise you, Stan, was one of the all-time have-nots. Even Tom Donahue, who's a great football mind and an outstanding football coach, was there for a short period of time. And he'll tell you how difficult it was to win at West Allegheny.
Now Bob Palco's making it difficult to beat West Allegheny. This will be the last play unless West Mifflin uses a timeout. Doubtful that they would. Next week, West Allegheny will play Wilmington in the PIAA Championship, but for now, you are looking at the 2000 AAA WPIAL champions, the Indians of West Allegheny High School.
That was a classy way for Bob Palco to end that game.
Well, people are going to open the paper tomorrow morning and look at this score and say, boy, West Allegheny, I figured that was going to happen. But let's remember that for much of the first half, virtually all the first half, West Mifflin was the better of the 2 teams. And Bob Palco admitted coming out to Bill Osborne and his team was not prepared to play as you must in a championship game. One can only imagine what he told them at halftime. And they came out, took the opening second-half kickoff, marched 60 yards, and boom, they were in control from that point on.
Well, isn't that the sign of a championship football team that, even if they're not ready to play, because they're playing somebody they've already beaten by 4 touchdowns a few weeks ago, but they can crank it up in the second half when the game is on the line and get it done. And I'll tell you what, you've got to give a lot of credit to West Mifflin without a doubt. But that offensive line for West Allegheny, they finally dominated in the second half of this game, as a lot of people thought they would anyway.
Well, it's like you said at halftime, Don. We can credit Tyler Palco and the 3 touchdown passes, but it was the ability to get the running game moving that allowed him to pass, making some play fakes, running some play action that really loosened things up for the West Allegheny offense overall.
Well, they've made a living, running Jamie Fitzgerald and Keelan Campbell. And whenever you run that effectively against so many people.
Let's go down to the field to Billy Osborne and the coach of the champions for the second consecutive year, Bob Palco. Bill?
Coach Palco, whatever you told you guys at halftime, boy, they sure used it offensively and defensively.
Well, we just needed to execute better. I think we needed to match the intensity that West Mifflin had in the first half. And I think the kids, we said reflect. It wasn't, we didn't have to yell. We made some adjustments, what we needed to do offensively and defensively. But, we tell the kids all the time, players got to make plays. Joe Slappy came up with, 2 huge touchdown catches. And defensively, we played much better in the second half. So that's what happens. That's what you got to do if you want to win a WPIAL championship. My hat's off to West Mifflin, that community. They brought a ton of people. That's awesome. Great game.
Coach, congratulations on your 3rd WPIAL championship in 4 years.
No, thank you. But, got to have a great staff. Got to have a great, community. Community, thank you, West Allegheny. You guys are the greatest. And, our school board, the support from our administration, it's been nice.
Coach, class job on the field, class job off the field. Congratulations. Good luck next week.
Thank you very much.
Classy Coach Palco, back up to you guys.
Thanks, Bill. Indeed he is. He's been highly successful, 3 championships in 4 years, and now Bill's got the second half, the younger half, the better-looking half of the Palco tandem here today. That's quarterback Tyler Palco, had 3 touchdown passes today. Bill?
Stan, you're right. The second generation Palco on the field, the quarterback. Terrific job. Your dad really gave credit to the coaching staff, the players, but you really came up big there at the end of the first half and the second half with 3 touchdown passes.
Thank you. We worked all week. Our coaching staff had a great game plan, and I think that the players we're starting to believe in what we do, and the coaches did a great job. They did a great job preparing us this week. I think that we came out a little flat in the first half, but you're going to have that. Hopefully we were hoping that we were coming out in the second half and we could defend our title and win the championship.
Your father and coach talks about smash mouth football. During that last drive, you were 6 for 8 passing the football. He let you air it out a little bit. You must have been very happy.
Oh, I'm happy anytime I get to throw the rock, but we got here with our big horses up front, and that ain't going to change. They're going to continue to carry us through, as far as we're going to get, but, when I get my chance, I got to capitalize. Our offensive line did a great job, and so did everybody else.
Congratulations. Good luck next week.
Thanks. I want to say hi to someone at home. Pat, we're bringing you to Hershey, baby.
All right. Talking about his grandfather. Back up to you, Stan.
Yeah, Bill, we mentioned him earlier on that Gil, Tyler's granddad, and of course the father, Bob Palco, he's always with the team, a little bit under the weather. Gil, we hope you're feeling better, and I'm sure you enjoyed what happened here. Now when we talk about this game, I think one play turned it all around. The 63-yard pass to Joe Slappy at the end of the first half. If not, they go in down 7-0. Who knows what happens from that point on?
That's one of the gutsiest calls I've seen a coach make in one of these championship games in a long time. Their backs were to the wall. If some disaster would have struck, if somebody would have leaked through there and made a blindside sack on the quarterback, it could have been 13-14-0 going in at the half. But they did a great job on that play. They executed it. And I got to tell you something. Palco is awesome. The father and the son. And the grandfather, I'm sure, is too. But let's talk a little bit about Chris Leonard when we come back. What a story that kid is.
Yeah, absolutely. He was a big factor in this ball game, offensively and defensively. West Allegheny, there's Chris Leonard, number 10. The champions once again, 3 times in the last 4 years. The final here in the AAA championship game, West Allegheny 21, West Mifflin 7. We'll be back to Three Rivers right after this.
Simple and accessible plans for everybody. That's Verizon Wireless. And right now, there's never been a better time to join in, because people coast to coast are discovering single rate. On plans as low as $35 a month, get 150 minutes with no long distance or roaming charges. Then get connected with an AudioVox 9000 phone. Hurry into a Verizon Wireless location near you or call 1-888-466-4646. Verizon Wireless. Join in.
We'd love to see you smile.
At McDonald's, we try to make every trip special. So we came up with a better drive-thru system. It helps us get the order right, and helps you get it fast.
McDonald's has great deals every day, like our world-famous double cheeseburger for only 99 cents, and our tasty McChicken sandwich, also just 99 cents.
We'd love to see you smile.
Double cheeseburger or McChicken sandwich, just 99 cents each.
Your business can look better and run much more smoothly than it does right now. How? Because there's a better way to buy office furniture. We've opened a state-of-the-art showroom called Workplace Furnishings by Mount Lebanon Office Equipment, featuring the absolute best values in office furniture from Hahn and other fine brands at our famous low discount prices. Come in, look around, and get some ideas. Our interior design professionals will be glad to do a 3D drawing of your office space. It's new, it's exciting, it's Workplace Furnishings by Mount Lebanon Office Equipment, Banksville Road.
You got to concern yourself with where you're going. I'm not looking to please individuals. I'm looking to win football games. You take football out of Pittsburgh and something wouldn't seem right.
Get it straight from the coach. The Bill Cowher press conference live Tuesdays at noon on Fox Sports Net.
Hey, Keith, as a respected sports journalist, what advice can you give on helping me score with the ladies?
Keep hanging out at ballparks and racetracks and you'll be fine.
The Keith Olbermann Evening News, Sundays at 10 on Fox Sports Net.
The WPIAL Football Championships on Fox Sports Net are brought to you by Verizon Wireless. Join in. And by McDonald's. We love to see you smile. Stars of the game of plenty for West Allegheny, Tyler Palco, also Joe Slappy, 3 catches, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's standing by with Bill Osborne. Bill?
I'm here with Joe Slappy, and Joe, you had 37 catches coming in today's ball game. You had 3 today, 2 touchdowns, but the big one that really ignited your team there was the end of the second half. You caught the football, and what all Division I coaches like to see, you catch and you made something happen after you caught the football. You really got your team started.
Yeah, that right there, it seemed that we needed a spark in something, and you know, big players make plays. And I saw the opportunity to make the ball, and I saw the guy slip, and I tried to score, you know, tried to get in there.
Take us back to the second half, your first touchdown catch.
That right there, the ball was thrown right where it should have been, and you know, we practiced all week long to get the ball, you know, fight for the ball, and then right there it came through there, and I had to do something to get in the end zone like we did in practice.
And your third catch, the second touchdown, the post corner move.
The post corner move, we saw the defense was playing up on the run a little bit without me catching them sleeping, and we caught them sleeping. I didn't expect to be like I was, like open in that situation like that.
Well, great football game, 3 catches, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards receiving. Congratulations to you and the team, and best of luck next week.
Thanks a lot.
Stan, back up to you.
Thanks, Bill. Good job down there today in inclement weather. Don, this is a real powerhouse program. This particular team is a real powerhouse football team.
I'll tell you what he wants to do next. He wants to win that first round in the PIAA and bring home a AAA championship to Western Pennsylvania State Championship, which has never been done by a WPIAL team. The only AAA school in Western PA that's ever won a state title is Perry High School. And no WPIAL team's ever done it in AAA.
Okay, they fell one step short a year ago, losing to Strathaven. They'll try to make it all the way this time around. Don, we got a ritual going here in AAA with West Allegheny, and kind of a tradition with you broadcasting with us. It was fun. Enjoyed it a great deal, I always do.
Stan, you're a real pro, and I learn something from you every year I come up here.
What, not to come back? Don Yanessa, the head football coach at Baldwin. I'm Stan Savran. Next up, the Quad A championship game between Woodland Hills and Mount Lebanon. Guy Junker will bring you the play-by-play on that one. So stay with us here on Fox Sports Net.
Güzel şehrimiz Diyarbakır'a hoş geldiniz. Evet, yarışmacımız Yaşar yürüyor. Yaşar hazırlanıyor. Mükemmel bir atlayış. Atladı. Çok güzel bir atlayış. Herkes şaşkın. Atlayıştı. Evet, omuz ve baş salama. Evet, ve Yaşar görünüyor.
Man, I can't wait for this week's game.
Yeah, that Cowboys-Eagles game is going to be awesome.
Whoa! Somebody's been pumping iron!
That's right, and things are going to be different.
Don't miss the wildest hour of pregame coverage in the business, featuring Julian Barbary's forecast and Jimmy Kimmel's upset special on America's most animated pregame show. Don't miss the Fox NFL Sunday pregame show this week on your local Fox station. Sunday Night Fights on Fox Sports Net. Witness the return of the American Dream, David Reed. Pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world. Boxing fury from a ringside seat. David Reed, Carino Garcia. Sunday Night Fights on Fox Sports Net.
The New York Times says NFL This Morning is a 2-hour calamity. They say hope for continued sanity at NFL This Morning has ended, and that the cast would belch their way through their college fight songs if given the green light.
Sounds good to me.
We may not have the same taste as the New York Times, but we sure know how to have fun.
You don't have the remote, baby! NFL This Morning!
NFL This Morning, tomorrow on Fox Sports Net.
West Allegheny Indians are the AAA champions, 21-7. Tyler Palco in the game really came on strong in the second half, and that was the difference. Also, the offensive line was the difference as well. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. We're going to start in the first quarter for you. West Mifflin started out pretty strong on the heels of running back Lee Peter Savage. He takes it in with a good block right there in front of him for 3 yards. Touchdown, West Mifflin up 7-0. But then West Allegheny comes back toward the end of the second quarter. Tyler Palco hooking up with Joe Slappy, who takes off for the races, takes it all the way down to the 12-yard line. Tyler Palco wasn't done just yet either. This time he finds another one of his targets. Chris Leonard with a nice catch right there in the end zone. We're tied at 7. Second half, Palco really comes on strong, and he finds his man again. Joe Slappy wasn't a great pass, but Slappy made it work. Takes it all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. It's 14-7, and then Palco again to who else but Slappy again in the end of the end zone. 21-7, the final score. Let's take a look at the final stats. First downs, pretty much even there, but rushing yards 182 for West Mifflin, and on the heels of Lee Peter Savage. Passing yards, West Allegheny with Tyler Palco really playing well with 134 yards. Third down conversions, you take a look, West Mifflin made 6 of 13. West Allegheny going 58%. Time of possession, pretty even, but again, it was West Allegheny coming back in the second half and really playing strong. We'll be back right after this.
Kasikale Emirates Classic. Ifikile mini nkulu matoke bekati tetwa ngaiko kangale mini yetela ba namkelekile manene namanene kazi ifikile mine bedilindele imine nkulu kakhulu namhlanje
Monday for 12 hours only. Every new Chevy up to $5,800 off. Buy any $98 a month for half a year. Every new Chevy car, truck, minivan, even sport utility price slash. Up to $5,800 off. Buy any new Chevy just $98 a month for the first 6 months. To avoid disruptions to other dealers, prices cannot be advertised, but every sell-off price posted. Monday for 12 hours only at Century 3 Chevrolet.
Century 3 Chevrolet, Lebanon Church Road, Pittsburgh.
News from the mall.
Investigated, respected. 1 Emmy Award-winning journalist.
Are you drug-free now as we sit and talk?
Television's first Emmy-nominated weekly sports magazine.
the perception, Jerry, that there was a cover-up.
No one else gets to the heart of the important stories.
Let's face it, the sport is barbaric.
No one else gets you inside the head of today's biggest athletes.
I never told anybody, so I'll tell you.
Going deep.
With Chris Myers.
Sundays at 7 on Fox Sports Net. It's NFL This Morning on Fox Sports Net.
You should get up and hang out with us because we're going to have a little bit of fun.
It's Sunday morning chalk talk and trash talk.
I like the hair today, Chris Myers. You look a little like Bob's big boy.
Tomorrow at 10 on Fox Sports Net. SportsBeat has the Steelers covered.
Oh, goodness!
Monday, a complete recap of the game. And Tuesday, we break down Bill Cowher's press conference. SportsBeat, weeknights on Fox Sports Net, presented by Verizon.
Welcome back, everybody. We are almost home on this championship Saturday. Let's take a look and see how it all played out today. Rochester, the single-A champion over Monaca, 13-6. Aliquippa winning for the 11th time, 14-6 over Waynesburg, taking the AA championship. And then the game that you just saw, West Allegheny again winning 21-7. They take the AAA championship. So that means we have one more game. That's Mount Lebanon and Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills, the